Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your man's Uncle Freezy. What's happening? What's happening, party people? It's good to see y'all. Good to be with y'all one more time. Good to be with y'all one more time. I'm excited, man. I'm excited about what I saw last night. What about y'all? So the chance of we want Frank, got us a Frank sighting. We want Frank. We want Frank. We want Frank. Yes. Y'all want Frank. Y'all want Frank. Y'all got Frank. Right? We want Frank. We want Frank. We want Frank. Pause. Y'all got Frank. You know? Are y'all excited about the game last night? Y'all think that's an anomaly? Somebody let me know something. Are y'all excited about that game last night? Or was it an anomaly? Sin Mears, what's good? What's good? CH, what's good? Jay Williams, L. Marshall, MIG, Mig, what's good? What's good? Y'all want Frank? Y'all got Frank. Y'all want Frank? Y'all got Frank. L. Williams, what's good? I'm sorry, Jay Williams. Um, yeah, Frank played good. Frank played good. Quiet money. What's good? Bagger Jones. Dripmore is in the building. What's good? Number one. Yeah, they can hear you. What's good? What's good? What's good, party people? Butch 300, what's good? Peace, peace, peace. Stafford Don, what's good? What's good? Hmm? Yeah, I guess that was the producer of the show telling me to be quiet some because she's having a meeting that's very important. The producer of the show says, "Hey, Uncle Freezy, can you tone it down some? I'm having a meeting in here." Sorry, I mean, we had a Frank Ntilikina signing. I mean, how can we contain ourselves? It was good. You need me to eat that Frank Crow? Actually, I had for breakfast this new avocado spread. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be um a vegan breakfast spread replacement. It's made out of avocado, a dash of salt, um, lemon, and something else. I don't know. I mean, it's vegan. I read the label. It says it's vegan. It's vegan, right? Also had vegan sausage, and I know y'all are like, "Hey, that don't even sound right." Well, it is what it is. I read the package. It's 100% vegan. It's made out of some type of plant, something something, where they take some type of plants and make things into a texture that looks like meat. It tastes like sausage, whatever, and it did. So send me is so we on the right track, man. You know what I mean? You did tell me about avocado. You right. Yo, you are absolutely right. You right. You right. You right. You right. You right. My man, I forgot. Yo, I can't take. Well, I can take credit for eating it. I'm gonna take credit for eating it. That's for sure. 'Cause it was pretty good. But I can't take credit for the idea of avocado. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I stumbled on it, not even thinking about our conversation. Yeah, so I tried that the avocado spread. Yeah, yeah, we gotta get up about the lifestyle stuff. That's for sure. For sure. And while she was like, from the French menu, it's Uncle Freezy. Eric G, what's good? Eric G. That Knicks at Night, the Knicks at Night podcast is getting off the rails, man. Eric G, that Knicks at Night podcast is getting off the rails. Hey man, I appreciate you being happy for me, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't often hear people say that. Like legit, you don't often hear people say, yo, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you being happy for me, man. That means a lot. So you don't hear that often, especially between brothers. Brothers don't even, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Simply, yo, last night they had a chick on wanting to talk about the Nets. Listen, I don't have nothing against the ladies. Come on in and talk your talk. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be disrespecting my Knicks now. And them fools were sitting there, stapled to the chair. Rob the Nick wouldn't let anybody talk. I had to boot him out the chat a couple of times. Not boot him, but I had to remove him out of the chat so others can get some words in. He was saucy last night. But that's my guy, by the way. I'm not hating on Rob. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. Kevin McLeod, what does 1-1 mean? Oh, you talk about them boys? You talking about whoop, whoop? That's what you talking about? You talking about them boys? I mean, I don't have nothing against them boys. You know what I'm saying? I just don't hang around them and don't talk to them that much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got a job to do and I have a life to live. You know what I'm saying? So why you talking about them boys? What's going on with them boys?
Them boys.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Number
you talking
11. Number 11.
Oh
Number
no. Oh no.
11.
Oh no, don't come.
Number 11.
Oh no, don't come on here acting like you a Frank fan.
Oh
Because
man.
I've been pounding the table for Frank.
Don't
I've
even
been
go.
pounding
Don't even go there with that, man.
your
No,
best
man.
your best ability is your availability.
And he was available
And,
last night.
oh no,
Available last night.
Get out of here. Did you not
Yeah, I could not contain myself last night. And then when we won the game, I was going on Sim's podcast. I went on Braun's podcast. I
Right,
could not
right,
contain myself. I
right.
was so happy for the dude, man. I didn't need him to score 10 points, 10 or 20 points. The 3 steals and then the assist to Obi Toppin. Did you see the assist
Yes,
to Obi Toppin?
yes. That that was the only shot he hit, I think.
No, I think Obi hit one more. I think he hit one more.
Okay.
But here's the other thing. So Frank takes one shot, he misses. He says, "Okay, no problem." He takes it again and hits the 3.
Right, right,
But
right.
that's what you were claiming. That's what you were clamoring to this whole season. We don't need him to orchestrate, which he was doing a little bit last night. All we
A
need
little
him to
teeny
do is
bit, yeah.
3 and D.
Right,
3 and
right,
D.
right. We didn't need all of that. You know what I'm saying? Only thing, what we needed Frank to do? We just needed Frank to come in and be himself. That's
Exactly.
all. Hey,
Exactly.
so Obi only hit one shot, and guess who
Yeah, one shot. Okay.
guess who assisted it?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah, man,
I
yeah.
think Frank Ntilikina is the most unselfish player on that team, point blank.
I'm telling. So Kev, what I'm trying to tell everybody is this: ever since we have been doing the Knicks Morning Drive, ever since we've been doing the Knicks at Night podcast, I've been telling people that we don't need Frank to be the international Chris Paul, right?
Exactly.
Because he's never gonna be that.
No.
He's never going to be an
No.
international version of Chris Paul,
No.
right? But if he can come in and go down that road of being Bruce Bowen and Tony Allen,
Yeah.
then he'll be perfect for us,
He'll be perfect.
right?
He'll be
And,
perfect.
and so when I say that, people are like, no, but people Frank, and I'm like, yo, Frank is a 6'4" Tree Rollins to shut it down. Because you gotta anchor this thing. You gotta have some perspective.
His
You know what I'm
wingspan
saying?
is incredible, man. His
Right.
wingspan is incredible.
Right. You
Darren Fox was like, oh, I got to deal with this. Darren Fox was like, damn, I didn't have this when
in Sacramento. Right. And I'm here trying to tell everybody. That as long Frank is a glue guy. Frank is not a star. Frank is not a star.
No,
he's
he's
a
not.
glue guy.
He's
You noticed when you have a star, Frank shows up and do all the peripheral stuff.
All the peripheral.
Right. Man, he had 3 steals in limited minutes.
3 steals. 23 minutes.
Right.
23 minutes, and he was a plus 17.
Right.
Come on.
You know what I mean? I mean, come on, party people. And I ain't about to bash. The people that dislike Frank, like Chuck B.
Yeah. But he can't accept that. He'll use any excuse. Let's be real. He'll use any excuse in the book to downplay what Frank did last night.
Right. And so I'm not going to engage the Frank haters. Right.
Right.
But what I will say is this: Frankers unite.
And unite.
Frankers unite. You know, because the Frankers have been so quiet. The Knoxers had taken over for a while. The Prince Bun, Hoodie Kev, the Knoxers were arrogant
last night.
Adamant. No, just for the.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Freeze.
They're like, forget Frank. Frank or nobody. What about Knox? It's our time to shine.
And you saw last night. He had so many opportunities and tips. So many avenues to go. And he said, you know what? I'm putting Frank in.
Over Austin Rivers.
Over Kevin Knox.
Right. So Austin Rivers, the vet, because the narrative is, hey, Fizdale only wants to play the vets. If you're not a vet, Thibodeau don't want to play you.
Right.
Thibodeau don't want to play you if you're, and I buy into that. I think there's something to it, right? But man, the energy when Frank got on the floor, and Frank looks bigger. Frank is big.
He don't look like that kid when he came in the first time in the league, man.
He don't look like Gumby no more. For those of us that remember that show Gumby, hey, you know what I'm saying?
And Pokey.
And Pokey, what?
They don't know, Freeze. They don't know about our childhood, man. They don't know.
Then when the cartoons were like Shazam,
Speed
Racer,
Shazam, come on,
Speed Racer. Remember Speed
Racer?
On.
Yes.
And watch some Gumby. Oh
yes.
Man, come on, man.
So we were talking about this on Ron's show. Saturday morning, people don't know about Saturday morning cartoons.
Right.
They don't know about Saturday morning cartoons. Here's the thing, Freeze. You know how we hate when we were in school, we hated to get up in the morning. Monday through Friday, we hated to get up in the morning.
Right.
But come Saturday morning at 6:00, we was up watching them cartoons.
Early.
6:00.
Yeah,
and 6:00. That was when broadcast turned off at a certain time.
I was just about to say that.
And they came on.
Right.
And it went right to the there was no news, no nothing. It went right to the cartoons.
Right to the cartoons. Straight to the cartoons. And so it depends on where you grew up at.
Yeah.
There was this show called The Great Space Coaster.
Yes.
That used to come on early in the morning.
Yes.
Oh my God. With Gary Gnu.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Memories. Yeah. And then on a Saturday morning when it was getting close to 12:00 on ABC, you had American Bandstand.
Yep.
and then either I guess WPIX or wherever Soul Train came on.
Yep.
And that ended the Saturday. That ended the Saturday morning.
Yeah, because Soul Train would come on Channel 5.
Yes.
Right. And then after Soul Train, it would be something else to come on. But after that went off at 12 o'clock was Kung Fu Theater. Remember
Kung Fu Theater at 3 o'clock.
Yes, man.
Yes. And then when you did get, then when we finally did, everybody got cable on USA on Sundays. Kung Fu Theater came on there as well.
Yeah, man.
Oh, memories, man.
Yeah,
man. Memories. But man, we'd be up at the crack of dawn watching Super Friends, watching Shazam,
watching. Wow! Bring it back. Man.
When they ended that, when Saturday morning cartoons went off, that was the end. I think that was the end of
Innocence. It was the end. It was the end of Innocence, man.
It was the end. It was the end. And then your moms and pops would get on you because, man, I can't get you up this early in the morning during the week, but you want to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right. But hey, mom do to me like.
And what was your favorite? What was the cereal you ate? What was the cereal you ate?
Ooh,
I had many.
Many. So the two that stand out to me were Trix and Lucky Charms.
Yes.
Right. And then we started seeing this joint Captain Crunch. Remember the commercials, Captain Crunch?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Mom, I want some Captain Crunch. Bro, when we first tasted Captain Crunch, bro, oh my God. And then there was like the Frankenstein cereals. Remember
the Frankenberry. Yes, man. That's my favorite cereal.
Man. So when those came out, we were like, oh my God, this thing is turning out milk pink.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was.
You had Sugar Smacks, Sugar Crisp cereal with the bear.
Yeah.
Honey bear.
Yep. Well, Frosted Flakes was out for a long time, but we didn't really favor Frosted Flakes because it didn't have anything. It didn't have it didn't have marshmallows. Or it didn't turn your milk color or something like that. So but what Frosted Flakes did have was the dope prizes on the inside of the box.
Oh, stop!
Remember that? Remember the prizes that you could get in the box?
Yes.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Memories, man. Memories.
Yeah.
Memories. And your kids and young the young don't understand. Young don't understand what they're all glued to their phones and everything. We didn't have this. We didn't have this back then.
Right. You had to be patient back then.
You had to be patient.
Like Saturday morning cartoons legit meant you're not gonna see it until Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So if you missed it, like if you were sick or something and you missed it and went to school that week, man, all they would be talking about is that, and then you're like, oh man, I missed it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh. Yeah, man. Hey, so yeah, man. So it's one of them. It was a beautiful time.
Yeah.
It was kind of a time of innocence. At the same time, it was a lot of stuff going on, bro. There were a lot of things going on in the world. Like our uncles and them was coming back from Vietnam with all kind of weird habits, like drug habits and weird personality things going on. Like they left as 17 and 18-year-olds that were innocent and came back like 5 years later, like at 23, 24, 25 years old.
Right.
With drug habits, man, and they was talking all strange out their head because of what they saw. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something they've been through. And now when you look back at it, them babies was coming back 23 years old from Vietnam from war. Had been through something. Now at my age, when I look at somebody 23, I think they're a baby.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, back then, we didn't understand war like we understand it now. We don't understand the things that what you just talked about, the problems that they were having. We didn't understand that back then.
Right.
We didn't, like we understand it now.
Right.
You know, and yeah.
Like we didn't know about things like PTSD.
No.
Right. So
No.
we didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, man. Yeah. And we didn't know, like, so as somebody that kind of went through that and kind of came through, kind of gone through like that came down that road, I understand it now because when I left home, I was an 18-year-old baby thinking I was a man.
Right.
Right. I thought I was a man. I'm tough. I ran track in high school. I played football. You know, I'm tough. Yeah, yeah. And then you go through some stuff. Then you join the military and you go through some stuff and you like, and when you come back, excuse me, you think something's wrong with the world. No, bro, if something's wrong with you. You need to get some help.
Right.
You come back as a veteran. You like, why they leave their desk with trash in the trash can at home at the end of their shift? Hey man, okay. It's okay for them to do that. In the military, you can't do that. In the military, you have to leave everything new every day. Yeah, you use it, you got to clean it like it was new. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because the next person might be sitting in your stuff. Like you have to clean it because you might have got blown away, and then somebody new would come into your spot. And it'd have to be just like it was new. But that's not really a mentality you want to bring to the world.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, the late 60s is so I was a shorty back then. Don't remember late 60s, early 70s. I was like that kid you see in the onesie on all the pictures. You know what I'm saying? Running around with half your hair braided, half not. Yeah, that was every picture you took, you had a number T-shirt on. Remember the T-shirts with the numbers on it?
Yes.
And you and your cousins hugged up, like taking a picture, hugging each other. Yeah. So
that was a beautiful time, man. That was a beautiful time.
You and 8 of your cousins can sit in the back seat of the car.
Yes.
8 kids can sit in the back seat. Cars were big back then, man.
and they had what was that material that you hated to ride in the summertime?
Yeah. Because you get stuck to it.
You be stuck to it. You didn't want to get into the car. You did not want to get into the car.
Yeah.
If it was winter time, you're like, okay, cool and everything. You get it all like that.
And the winter time it used to be cold, like
right. Yeah, it gets cold. Just wait for it to warm up. But in the summertime, if you wore shorts,
your legs would be stuck to it.
And if you wore a tank top,
oh my god, man. Yeah. And so to me, I call it the 8-track era. You know what I'm saying? It's when when your uncle had a little milk box of 8 tracks in the trunk of his car.
Yeah.
And he'll go grab one. like no, I'll never forget my uncle. My uncle Tom. He said call him Pumpkin because he wasn't no Uncle Tom. But that's how slick he used to talk. But his name was Thomas. But he'll call me Pumpkin. I ain't want nobody out in these streets calling me Uncle Tom. But anyway, we rode from Jersey City to Morristown, New Jersey, to see my Uncle Leon, right?
Okay.
And I swear, it was about 12 of us in the back seat of the car, like sitting in the floorboard, because the cars are so big. Cars are so big, man. We were sitting in the floorboards all across the seat. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man.
Well, the thing about it, there was no SUVs down there.
No.
There were no SUVs.
No, not at all.
Hey, yo, the closest that you got to it was a low station wagon. That was it.
Yep. And you know what? And my friends at school, they used to love them joints, man. They used to love them joints. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, Kev. I think I'm gonna say our childhood because I mean I don't know how old you are, and I don't care to ask. I
I'm
don't be
50.
asking
I'm
people.
50. I'm 50.
But yeah, so people in our age range, right? So our childhood was so different because when our uncles and everybody and family members would talk about the Knicks,
Yeah.
they used to do this thing like they'd be like, "Man, Clyde Frazier went off last night, cuz," and they'll give each other five. They'll be like,
Yeah.
giving the whole, what I'm saying? This is before, when the
Exactly.
90s came in, your handshake had to be so complicated.
Uh-huh.
It was like you protecting the secret or something. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
back then they used to do the handshake. Yeah,
Oh,
give me some
man.
skin. They were like,
Absolutely.
man, Clyde
I,
Frazier
I
is
did.
the man.
It's the man.
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't become a Knicks fan until till the 91-92 season when they won that first game against the Bulls when we had them in the second round.
right.
When we won that first game, I said, you know what, this team might be a little something. And then it wasn't until the next year that I really started, following them and everything. Now, my uncle, he used to tell me stories about Walt Clyde Frazier with
Yeah,
the games he did and everything. And I
yeah,
really didn't pay attention to it back then, but now it's like, yeah, yeah, I want to. Hey, CP the artist, get in here, man. Get
yeah,
in here. You need to celebrate, man. You need to
yeah.
celebrate, man.
Frankers unite.
Yes, unite, unite. Man,
Frankers
hey,
unite.
that second group with him, man. They did their thing. You saw quickly, and you saw Burks look more comfortable than we've seen him do in a while.
Right, right, right. Hey man, quickly is the real deal.
Yeah.
Quickly is the real deal, bro.
Yes, he is.
Hey, so we have a sect of haters that call themselves critics, right? They're haters. They're haters described as disguised as critics. They every opportunity they get, they pick apart Quickly's game, right? And instead of enjoying it,
Instead of
every
enjoying.
every opportunity they get, they're like, Quickly, he walk on his tippy toes. I mean, come on, man, come on, Chuck B,
And,
stop it.
yeah, exactly. And we were talking about. I think you were off yesterday a little bit, but I was telling CP the artist and Jay Boogie and or you probably was on Jay Boogie and how I try to. Well, they were telling me not to listen to these guys that are in the chat that are being so negative and everything. There he is. There he is. There
C-
he is. There
CP
he
Le
is.
Artiste.
Les artistes.
Yes,
Give me
CP
my
let
man.
artists.
Man, listen.
Artists.
Listen. Man, so I'm
Have the
watching the
floor, man.
game. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. So I'm watching the game and I'm like, man, I'm paying my $17.99 for this season every month. Watching on my big screen, and I'm like, man, is Frank gonna get into this game? Dun, 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 dun. Now, like a father feeling like a dad watching his son about to play, I'm like, please don't mess up. Please have a good game.
Me too.
Right.
I was like, oh, first shot, he missed, I believe.
Yeah.
And then he hit that three.
Like, oh,
Frank! Right? Wait. So then he was playing, a little shaky defense on Halliburton.
Yeah, Halliburton.
I'm gonna keep it real. Halliburton is good.
Yeah,
The boy is good.
at first,
Yeah.
Yeah, at first. Then I'm like, man, is Tip gonna yank him? This and that. Because it was like a TV timeout, whatever. Frank is back in the game.
Yes.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
oh,
Woo!
you want Frank?
I was like, whoo!
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna get to the end again with the strip of
Fox.
Fox, and then the outlet to Quickly for the three, and then the steal by Frank, and then the bounce pass to Obi for the dunk. The youth.
Yeah, bro.
Man, that was a special night, man. Last night was special. Was special for him and special for IQ, man. Those 2 nights, that was special.
Yeah, Alec Burke played well. Alec Burke played well.
There he is.
There you go. There go. Hey. So Gi. There's our guy Gi. Hey, the ghetto intellect. In case you don't know, we love you, bro.
Yeah, this much.
No. I love. Oh, I can't tell you how excited this experience has been. You know, I definitely thought about me and CP. He shaded me in the chat last night, so I figured he's probably still mad at me, but that's gonna be my guy.
I ain't shade you. There were so many comments coming at me. I was just trying to answer, and then I was doing logo work, and it was late. And
Freezy, let me tell you. So you know I love you, CP. We're gonna go at it. I see you look like a chilly homeboy today too. You put down the wicked witch of the West hat. And let me tell you something. You have put together. Go ahead.
My girl said I look sexy, and she was watching the chat, and she was going to comment, but she was like, "Well, I just wanted."
Did she see you pick the fight with me yesterday?
She missed that part. She was on for an hour. She was on for an hour. Yeah. She came back for like the aftermath. She saw the aftermath though.
That's all right. You'll be picking another one with me. I'll be waiting for it. Freezy, Uncle Freezy, I can't tell you. You've put together the most entertaining band of weary bandits that the Knicks sphere has ever seen. That last hour of your show last night, that had to be the most.
I gotta watch it. I didn't watch it yet. I gotta watch that. Bro. Oh man,
bro. No Knicks episode is complete without Rob the Knick being on the sauce.
I gotta see.
Rob the Knick was on the sauce.
If you call yourself fan the Blonde Network, forget whether it's morning or afternoon, and you don't catch a little bit of both. I understand it's a lot of viewership, and you only got so much days in that. But that last hour last night, I got a little upset with Freezy because he couldn't control the crew, so I don't blame him. I'm gonna get rid of the one that's the agitator. And I'll be honest, respectfully to her, if she's watching this morning, it's a little questionable, her timing. You know, her conversation, I get it.
Right.
But Rob the Knick went in his fall in love on the internet. Just to let you know.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys cannot have a match with me and Free Keith until they clean up.
When I was watching it last night, I was like, nah, they ain't ready. But the thing is they feel like they are. Right? I can't tell a grown man he ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? I could be like, nah, we'll push this off. Let's round out some of these rough edges. You know what I'm saying? Let's move out some of these edges.
Rob became a complete Nets apologist last night. You got to understand they're a good team because she was a Nets. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you that I could not wait. I fell back to sleep about 4:30. I said, I'm getting up early. I'm getting up. Rob the Knick has got to get that. And then Kevin started yelling at him. And Rob said, just let me finish. And then he would talk for another 5 minutes. She didn't even get to talk that much. But boy, did she get them going. And she knew a little bit about the Nets. She did know a little bit about the Nets.
Right.
But boy.
I got to listen. As soon as I finish with this, I got to listen to this, man.
I'm looking at the screen right now for that video.
Bro, I'm telling you. Well, the thing is I'm neutral when it comes to the Nets, right? I'm neutral. Don't try to force Nets down my throat. Don't be disrespectful. This is a Knicks network.
Wait.
Right. Yeah.
Is it that girl that was on
Legion
Sinners?
Oh, I
She
don't
was
know
on
her.
Saint and Sinner. She's like a really yes. This is the same girl.
I don't know.
Yeah. She went on Saint and Sinners. And she had like this whole diatribe about men. She's very passionate.
No,
Yes, I know this
no.
girl.
You sure that's the same one?
Is that the same girl?
I'll
Wait,
send you the link. Yeah.
wait. When you say Satan sinners, you're saying saint and sinners.
The Saint and the Sinner dude. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Oh my God! No.
That's the
Wait,
same
her
girl.
name was Annalicia.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
the same girl. Yeah, I'm on her page
So
right
I
now, and I'm
follow
like,
Kevin.
oh,
I
snap,
follow
that's the
Kevin
Saint and the Sinner.
Samuels. I follow Kevin Samuels.
Right.
So from that,
Yeah, put in her name and then put in Satan Sinner, and that video comes up when she was ripping.
so
ripping
she was
men.
playing them last
Yeah,
night. She
it's
might
her.
have been using them
Yeah,
for content.
Single mother triggered by truth. Look that up. And
Yeah.
the Saint and the
Oh,
Sinner.
CP, you put that together. She came on Legion's show, so she's been following us around. She did say she was from Canada. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
You had a. I'm gonna tell you something. She's popular for, and it's nothing we should get into. She's like a man eater. She's a man eater.
Yeah. She told this dude he ain't nothing, man. On live.
So when she was, because Foxy, who does the vetting process for us, Stephen Fox talked to her. He was like, wait. Basically, Foxy was like, yo, y'all shut up and let me talk to her. And so Fox talked to her for like a few minutes just to see what this thing was about. You know what I'm saying? Just like anybody knew there's going to be a vetting process, because we ain't going to let you get on and troll us or try to do. So Foxy vetted, and I think he did good. But when Foxy left, Rob the Knick just fell. Rob, hey, so
I gotta watch this, man.
So it was Rob the Knick's best night and worst night all at the same time.
All at the same time. But hold on. And CP the artist, it all makes sense now. Because you know how she feels out the landscape. She's a true vet. She came right in and said, I don't think you other guys will get it. But you, sir, Rob the Knick, I can tell. I can appeal to you. She sought him out. She gobbled him up. He was like, leave her alone. Let her talk. And then the young boy came in. So one is off the sit and the other's off the smoke. And the young boy came in and said, we from such and such and such and such. And we'll beat line up the Brooklyn.
State of the New York Knicks podcast.
He's like, line up Brooklyn right now. And I'm telling you, I'll put my New York Knicks on the floor with the Brooklyn right now in the 7-game series, and we'll take y'all out. KD is phony. Kyrie is a looney tune. And I said, oh, he fell right in.
I didn't. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I was naive to it. I didn't even notice, but I did say a couple things though, because I was like, look, man, you ain't gonna come on here and just disrespect my Knicks. You want to talk Nets? Go take your 4 fans and start a Nets at Night podcast.
Right.
So I did say that, and it was because I was a little salty because I had heard some Knicks disrespect. It wasn't because I knew who she was. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
she was talking Nets on the channel.
Wanted to talk all Nets.
She's a professional troll.
Yeah, she's a professional troll. So her first I didn't even realize it, CP. Oh my goodness. And I saw that whole episode. I watched that whole hour-and-a-half episode. But hold on, CP, one more thing. She came right in and she said, I just want to know why Knicks fans don't give Nets fans any prop. She trolled even me, CP.
I didn't even hear that. I wish I had heard.
Her first question was, because you're in and out, do the work. She says, I'm only here for one question, and I want to ask Rob the Knick because I think he'll I think he'll engage me. I just want to know why Knicks fans don't give Nets fans any props. And she had like a read sheet, but I was assuming that she was just a knowledgeable. And now that I remember her from Saints and Sinners, she is, oh no, she trolled us.
Hey, so I'm excited about being trolled. Am I the only one excited?
That's
about
high level. I'll be honest. By somebody of that magnitude, she's gonna go. She might reach out to you and ask you, can she use your content? And I'll be honest, I will allow her to use it because then your show, she's gonna give you your credits. Your show is gonna be the manosphere, the pink pill, the blue pill. You're talking about 400, 500,000 viewers. Feezy.
Yeah, man.
Right. I thought that
CP, how did you
week.
just put that together that quick? CP, you are a sharp dude, man.
Hey, man, I tell you. Well, all right. I hope my.
We know that.
I hope my girl ain't. I hope my girl ain't watching. So what happened was I looked at the screen. I was watching the video while you guys were talking last night, and it only showed her Avery. And I was like, well, she's kind of cute. Let me see what her YouTube page was. I know my girl is watching this. And so I was like, let me see her page. And I was like, oh, that's who it is. Yeah.
Well, she caught Chuck earlier. She got Chuck earlier. She said she wants to debate him. He fell in. She has done her research. And Freezy, you've made it big time. You have made it. I knew this page was going places. That's why I behaved myself, because I want everyone, my clients or prospective employers to see this. That's why guys really need to tighten it up. But that's on them. I only can protect my brand within the Blonde Tears. Yeah. She trolled us, and she's already watched our videos. She knows who we are. She went right after Chuck and right after Rob the Nick.
Right. She's gonna go after my behind, man. I'm not that big of a feminist at all. I better not give her no ammunition.
hey, so let me shout out my people. First of all, let me the super chat. Dang, I meant to say do the super chat. There it is. So Justin Smith, thank you for the super chat. He says, do we need to march MSG to protest Tibbs that we not toying around with Santa's elf starting anymore? Hey, we need to get on that point about Alpha Payton. So shout out to somebody named Kevin McLeod who keeps saying number 11 in the chat. Hey, shout out to 19 comment in Washington 84 was good. Professional outfit was good. Robert Arojo was good. Brand Decimo, El Marshall, I see y'all.
Simba Singh's in the building.
Hey, that's his son. Simba Singh is in the building. Was good. But MySpace Invader was good, bro. Was good, man. Good to see you back. Good.
Hey, Simba Singh says you guys weren't ready to get back at a female.
Nah, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna touch on it. But Decius Thomas was good. Daniel Ingloro was good. Jason, Chris Chang, my brother, was good. Chris Chang, what's happening? Chris Chang, that's the most popular name in the world, and I know people probably tell you that every day. Like, everybody knows a Chris Chang, right? Like I legit went to school with one, and then I met another one in the military, right? Chris Chang, Will Beggs, what's happening? Prince Poti, what's happening? What's good? Stephen Fox is in the building. Man, what's good?
Stephen Fox.
He be holding it down, man. He be holding it down.
Stephen Fox.
Stephen Fox. Oh, Steve, Cleveland Rocks.
Hey, you know what I didn't do, man? We started reminiscing, and I didn't even get a chance to do this, but y'all check this out.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as dead deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Man, I love that intro, man. I love that intro, man.
I don't know where you got it from, but it's fire. It's fire.
Yes, it's and my homeboy is an artist, and you know, and artists are esoteric. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. They're peculiar in a way that they view things in life. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's why nobody gets me. No one understands me.
I forgot that CP Les Artistes is in the building. Yeah, my bad. So I said this thing. I said this thing last night. Hey, Kevin. So I said this thing last night on the Knicks at Night podcast, and it kind of set the brothers set the brothers aside, right? It was like, so I said, you noticed when Frank Ntilikina plays with Kevin Knox shoots 100% from the field. So
the legend of Frank.
Yeah. And so we can also, hey, Wayne Peterson, what's good? And so we can also say, you notice when Frank passes Obi Toppin the ball, he doesn't miss. So I know these extremely small sample sizes, right? I know these are extremely small sample sizes, but it's funny to see people's face when you say Frank Ntilikina is the answer. You remove Elfrid Payton and play Frank Ntilikina, and now
I know you were trolling last night, but that was funny. That was funny. That was funny.
In all honesty,
you were in your bag.
Yeah. In all honesty, with the Elfrid Payton thing, you got to admit it was a different dynamic with Rose starting. It really was.
Yeah.
But the thing about Rose, though, I feel like I'm the only one that gets this. He plays very well, but in the first half, the second half, if you look at his numbers and how he's trying to he has no legs. The second half,
you have to limit it. You have to limit his. I think he accepts his CP. You have to limit his minutes. You got to give him probably about 20 a game,
right.
and Tibbs has got to figure out, which is why he really hasn't been starting. So, and that's why fans get so excited about seeing the name. He gives you 20 minutes a game, and I don't think he has a problem with it because he sat down, he was tired, he was making mistakes, and so that's why he's really not your starter right now.
It's like if I started playing right now, I will have a nice 5 minutes. After that, I'm done.
Right.
That's old man legs, yeah.
Was he in at the end of the game? I mean, not the end of the game, but when I'll say was 6 minutes in? Yeah, he wasn't. That was all quickly, right? That was all quickly. Yeah.
It was quickly.
Garbage time, huh?
Well, not.
Oh, that's right. We didn't have any good minutes at the end of the game. Yeah, no. It was oh my goodness, who was in? Frank was in. Frank was in for the closeout minute.
Oh, okay. So when did Rose actually leave the game for good?
He left the game for good with about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. After he allowed a run, they had started running. They cut it to about 8 or 7. And Frank came in. That's why Frank was a plus 17. Yo, congratulations, Cornerstone Kev. Frank was a plus 17 last night. He came in. They were up 7. Next thing you know, everybody got to sit down. We were up 20.
Well, I can't take all the credit. I mean, I got my man CP Le Artist.
Now, let's be realistic before we go off the hook. Luke Walton has to be the worst coach in the NBA.
Yeah.
And I don't want to speak, and I trust, I trust we don't do race on it, but for him to have a job because of his name.
You're right, Ghetto.
And there's another person of diversity.
Yes.
I'll be politically correct. I can play this game. not being able to sit in the seat, and a guy like that. When the Sacramento King, I wish I had these great analytics that Stephen Fox and some of these other guys do, Freezy.
Right.
Yeah.
If you looked when Sacramento slowed the game down, got into their offense, did their things, ran through their pick and roll, had movement, the Knicks had no answers for them. That's why they scored 120 points last night.
Right.
The problem became when they tried to continue, because they're a young team with fresh legs. They wanted to speed up the game. They wanted to play fast. Buddy Hill wanted to come down, catch the ball, and shoot. Don't ever talk about Buddy Hill being on this team, by the way, unless you're saying he can fit into a system, but he has no defense.
60 from last year and the year before last, 360.
But this is why the Knicks play with such a specific pace, because we don't do stupid plays, stupid turnovers, let the other team. I mean, they allowed us to get into a flow, and they have a good team. They're just poorly coached. You talk about a team, if Tibbs wouldn't took that team over, they play totally different, because De'Aaron Fox is the truth.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Yeah, he is.
And Marvin Bagley is a bust. That dude is trash. Holy crap. Like, not even just offensively, defensively. I mean, didn't Frank score on him? On the yeah, we should end that Frank don't drive to the basket thing. Because he went over. He went over a 7-footer.
We gotta end that.
We gotta end that now.
We gotta end that.
But getting back to man, GR, you're right. And when Nate McMillan is still on the bench, when even Mike Brown is still on the bench, assistant coach. Mike Woodson is still on the bench. There is a lot of black coaches that are not getting.
I think we're gonna lose Johnny Bryant too. Sorry to interrupt, Johnny Bryant.
Yeah,
Johnny Bryant. Is that one of our guys?
Yes. Johnny Bryant is our associate head coach. So if Tibbs slipped on the banana peel, Johnny Bryant is the man.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And he talks to the guards. He talks more to the guards than anything.
He'll get his
opportunity.
He'll get his opportunity. Definitely.
And he's young too. He's 37.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but to what G.I. said, G.I. So the same thing happened in Minnesota. So a legacy guy got a head coaching job, and the team is performing poorly, but that legacy guy got fired. Ryan Sanders got fired. That's Flip Saunders' son.
And took somebody else without having any interviews.
Right. So Luke Walton, hey, looks like he have one foot in the grave and the other one on the roller skate. Just be careful.
I hate to use other content provider stuff. Luke Walton, please put your tray in the upright position.
So let me ask you this. Now, when the Golden State Warriors won their first championship, and the next year, Steve Kerr was out for a considerable amount of time.
Right, with the back injury.
Right. Walton had took over that. So can we say that it was the players that made him look good and not what he was doing?
Duh.
Yeah, because
I could coach that team.
Yeah,
and get 60 wins.
Yeah. That team won 73 games.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the only time where you can say coaching didn't matter.
Right. Hey, Jay Boogie, what's good?
Boogie, my man. Yeah, he shouted me out last night.
Oh yeah. What was this at?
No, this was on Ron's. After I finished with Sims, I had to jump on to Ron's, and he came on, and he was like, "Yeah, Carter Stone, he knew what he was talking about. He never gave up faith and everything."
Kev, are you getting paid to be on these shows? All on these shows?
No, I'm not, but I just love him, man.
You like Kevin A. Smith.
Hey, CP, I'll tell you this. If I was 20 years old, I would stay up to do the Knicks at Night podcast, man. But that quarter to 12 is
Man, I love y'all, but I don't love y'all that much, man.
Oh no. For the at night podcast, I'm a troll in the chat. It's almost as fun as being on the panel.
I see you.
Wow, hold on. From time to time, you had a super troll coming to. Do you know how deep in the algorithm you must be, brother?
Who us? Who us? Yes. We must be. I guess we are. Underneath the wings of God or something, man. I mean, that might be what it is. But
that reading the podcast in the chat. He says CP the artist reminds me of a light skinned Damon Wayans.
Wow. What? So okay. So who does Leading the Knicks podcast remind y'all of?
Oh man. Lurch.
We called him Lurch. He called him Adam's family. Oh God. Oh my God.
Just for you, Cornerstone.
Time out. Guys, give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds with him. Chuck.
Pause. You are not getting 30 seconds with me.
Okay.
Any time. No amount of time.
You done? Chuck.
Okay.
The girl.
I heard. I was listening. I was listening.
She's a professional troll. She's a man eater professionally.
I got her. Don't worry.
I haven't listened yet, Chuck. I gotta listen to the whole thing, man. But I haven't listened to it yet.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Hey. So when I was asking who does Legion of the Knicks podcast remind you of, I wasn't thinking anything disrespectful. I wasn't trying to throw shade at my man. CP just went. CP, come on, man. You gotta kind of
chill,
ease people into this stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm trying. Look, I'm using my platform. I'm using this platform to get comfortable to start my own platform. I only got like maybe 30 subs. You know what I mean? I want to get to 30,000 subs. So
So what's the name of the joint?
CP the Artist.
Okay. Hey, y'all subscribe to CP the Artist.
I appreciate that. Content got to come this year, So I told my girl, I was like, look, I got to get on to get more familiar and get more comfortable with this type of format, you know what I mean? And I think day by day I am,
Yeah. Hey, no doubt. And the thing about it though is you got to give the people what they want, right? You know what I'm saying? It can't just be about, it can't, like for instance, I have a lot of ideas, but then when I get here and so I jotted all these things down. I have a wall that I write stuff on in pencil, like all these ideas. So I look over at the wall and see what it is,
I absolutely love the chat and the trolling. I mean, make me laugh. And look, I love the jokes on me. I love it. Somebody pointed out they knew I was a short bus kid. I'm a proud special letter. Letter, man.
What?
Special education.
It was Allah Wise. Allah Wise is good
dude. Yeah. Hey. So, with the channel and stuff, man, just go ahead and just keep on. Look, man. Don't do this if you ain't gonna be consistent. Okay. Don't waste my time, CP. If you're gonna get on and do it, and I can't find you and it's random, and then you know what I'm saying, you get on one time for 10 minutes and the next time for 3 hours, and then the next time for 8 minutes. And I can't trust that.
What do you mean? On here or on my own?
On your own joint.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
On your own joint. So like with the Knicks at Night podcast, man, or the Blowing Tears, we legit have schedules. Like the Knicks at Night podcast is going to be 11:45 every night. I don't care what time the game come on or go off, right? We're going to try to be Knicks Morning Drive is going to be 8:45-ish. Sometimes I'm a little bit late because it's tech. Sometimes I just be sleepy, bro. I just have it, you know what I'm saying? but I be dragging myself in here to do it because I make a commitment to the people. I can't ask the people to commit to me if I won't commit to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
By the way,
would-
Freezy, did you see Chuck's name yet?
yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. So I would rather for him to expound on why he chose that name. I think I know why. I think it has something to do with Newark and Emmanuel Quickly, but I don't know. I didn't know Quickly was from Newark, so I can't.
East Orange. Nordy's from East.
Oh
Orange.
yeah, I'm sorry, East Orange. I'm sorry. Respect. You know, I keep because whatever. Respect. So I have this thing, man, where I think the best music in the world comes from Northern New Jersey. All the best music comes from Northern New Jersey. Period. Not Detroit, not Motown, not Seattle, not Oakland, not Philly, but North Jersey is where all the best music comes from.
What about Cleveland, Ohio? The Ohio players?
Not Cleveland, Ohio, and not Atlanta,
right.
Georgia.
Please back this up for me with proof.
Okay, so I'll say the name of an artist first, and then I'll name a group second. Right? So the first artist name is Whitney Houston. What female singer can top Whitney Houston? And the second entity, which is a group, is Kool and the Gang. Kool and the Gang.
Aretha Franklin.
It's from Detroit. Right.
From Detroit. And
Right.
pick any 1 million people from that came out of Detroit for the group that will be Kool and the Gang.
There is nobody who has more.
What are you talking about? Motown
Right.
greats.
Name one group out of that Motown era that had more #1 hits than Kool and the Gang. And I'll gather the data. So I'll do a comparison. Just name
Please
one.
do.
Just name the most popular.
Please do.
I got a group right out of my city, Plainfield, New Jersey.
Right.
Anybody
Who's
hear
that?
of Parliament Funkadelic?
Hey, Rolling Stone.
I'm just saying.
I didn't know you was from Plainfield.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
from the east or west end?
I lived on the West End. I moved to the East End when I got married.
Right. Hey, so Kev, we gotta save some bullets. I wasn't gonna bring up P-Funk. I wasn't gonna bring up Surface. Remember the group Surface? I wasn't gonna bring up your
M2 May.
Yeah,
M2 May.
I wasn't gonna bring up your M2. I wasn't gonna bring up your Akons. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna bring up the Manhattans. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna go there yet.
Wyclef Jean.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring up your Queen Latifahs. I mean, so I was just gonna. I like it before when I pull out the gun. I like to fire the bullets one at a time.
Okay.
One at a time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because Motown would be like, yo, the Temptations were great, and I love.
Okay. Time out. This group is a part of Motown, but not from Detroit. And
The Jackson 5. They from Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
They from Gary, Indiana. Yeah, I know that.
That's what I was about to say. You assume everybody from Motown is from Detroit. They're not.
Right.
No, I wasn't saying that, but I was saying like.
Right, but I already.
I mean, I could name like maybe 3 songs from Kool and the Gang.
Oh no, brother! Oh no, you have to.
That I like.
You have to turn on what they call a radio. Find out what a radio is.
I'm an 80s baby. I remember
You
Kool
in
and
the-
the Gang.
It was the 80s. Kool and the Gang was the 80s.
Yes.
I've been saying I still had like 10, 20 years of experience, of that the era before me. I'm a music lover.
But that's
But just to say that I'm a Jersey representative, to say that North Jersey has the greatest. That's come on now.
Right.
But that 70s Kool and the Gang was fire as well. Summer Madness.
Summer Madness is the joint. And y'all may know Summer Madness as a joint by Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince called Summertime.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know.
They took Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince took Summer Madness. My uncles and them was like, yo, that's that joint. And soon as the Fresh Prince started rapping, it was like, oh, They don't.
Jungle Boogie.
Jungle Boogie. Yes. Yes.
Hollywood Swinging.
Hey, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
They don't know, Freeze. They don't know, GI. They don't know.
Don't sleep on Northern New Jersey when it comes to the creative arts. Don't sleep on Northern New Jersey.
I gotta give it to Philly, man. Philly gotta be over.
Philly is second. Philly is second.
I would
in this area.
No,
Philly's second, man.
Come on, man. Do we have to do this?
Oakland is second over Philly. Oakland is because with Philly, people think the Spinners are from Philly. The Spinners are not from Philly. The Spinners are from Detroit. The Spinners were on Motown.
That's right.
And they couldn't produce a hit on Motown.
They only had one. It's a shame.
It's a shame. That's it. That is it. They had one hit on Motown.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying? And then people think, you know, the OJs are from Philly. No, they're not from Philly. The OJs are from Ohio. The OJs are from Ohio. They just recorded in Philly. Now, if you talk about the stylistics,
Philly had the producers. Who's the producers?
Oh God! I forget.
Oh my goodness! Why am I drawing blank?
Because they wrote hits for Teddy Pendergrass and Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
And the Spinners.
I'm
gonna Google it. So
yeah. I'm gonna kick myself when you.
Oh my goodness! Why am I drawing blank?
We're getting old.
Oh. Because they were like Motown.
McFadden and Whitehead.
Yes.
No.
Tom Bell was the producer of the Spinners and Harold Melvin and some others.
Oh, that's my group, Harold Melvin and Blue Notes.
Yeah, man. So I would challenge Philly to put up their music resume against Oakland, California.
Well, who's in Oakland? I know Sheila E.
Sly and Family Stone.
Oh yeah.
Graham Central Station.
Sorry.
Graham.
Forget that.
Tony in Vogue.
Forget that.
Are you serious?
Forget
Guys,
that.
Okay.
The producers from Philly.
Okay. Time out. I got somebody who could beat the Jersey.
There we go. Gamble and Huff. That's who.
Gamble and Huff. Yes.
Right. They did the soul
Prince, the Minneapolis song.
Yeah.
You got Prince, you got Jimmy Jam, you got The Time, you got anything that came out of there.
Yeah, you got Mint Condition, you got Ready for the World. And from there, but I'm telling you, those groups, as soon as I say Parliament Funkadelic,
they don't know.
As soon as I say
partying on the mothership.
Right.
Partying on the mothership.
As soon as you say Parliament Funkadelic created a type of music.
Yes,
right.
Sir.
People were trying to play. They were trying to figure out what this funk was.
Yep.
But Parliament Funkadelic took, psychedelic stylings,
yes,
and funk, and put it together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, back then, think about it. People were singing songs like "With a Little Help from My Friends." What would you do? And then these dudes straight up came out with the Mothership Connection. Are you serious?
Mothership Connection.
Right.
Mothership. You go to a concert and you see a spaceship like that landing. Come on, man.
When you see a grown man walk out from backstage with a diaper on, a big cartoon diaper, you know cats are sky.
Yes,
my brother.
Yes.
When a man says, "Yo, you know what I'm gonna wear tonight?
I'm gonna wear a diaper.
I'm gonna wear a big oversized diaper, and that's it.
That's it. That's it."
So yeah.
And he also produced George Clinton. He also produced Bootsy Collins.
Yep.
All right. You know what? This conversation is starting to smell like Walkai Fraser's outfits.
No,
man.
I was about to say we might be losing our young guys in the chat. Right?
Yeah. Let's ask Chuck about last night's game. Let's ask Chuck about last night's game. That's what I want to know. I want to get his thoughts.
You know, I monitor. So I started talking about North Jersey music, and the chat went from a top chat of 68 to 83.
Wow.
Yeah, so maybe we need to get back to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? But and so respect for those that respect lineage and legacy, and respect things that come before them. And so
and Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, and Saturday morning cartoons. Like because some of the brothers that are frat, they know what legacy mean. It's a deeper word than just sharing the same last name. It means, what I'm saying, you're walking the same walk as your daddy walked, that your granddaddy walked, that your granddaddy's granddaddy walked, and you're all generations sharing the same experience in the same organization. That means something to a lot of people. So.
By the way, Uncle Freeze, you spoke in numbers. I'm noticing the morning show is creeping up on the night show, baby. Numbers wise, I ain't saying, but I'm saying.
Yeah, that makes me feel uncomfortable, man. that right there makes me feel like uncomfortable.
I wonder what changed. I wonder who changed the algorithm. You know what I mean?
Well,
me? I did that.
So I got one other thing I want to get to, and I want to ask Chuck B. Right? So Chuck B, the dudes, believe it or not, I promise you, I'm not making this up. This is hand to the man. Right? The young guys are outside talking about how this is the greatest era of hip hop they've ever seen in their life. Right? And so this dude is like, I don't hate. I'm not hating on people because people have their different opinions. They have their own perspectives and stuff. Like me and Cornerstone Kev were just talking about how our childhood, that era was the greatest, but people before us say theirs was the greatest. You know what I'm saying? But this dude, he said, "Yo, this kid G Herbo, I swear, he was like, and he can sing. He do this in the woo 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 something." I was like, "Yo, I heard that joint, man. I promise you to God, I was mentally throwing up. I was mentally vomiting when I was listening to this dude." And so I asked them, I was like, "Do y'all understand what y'all are doing to destroy hip hop? You legit like destroying it." And they were like, "Oh, y'all old timers, y'all think because y'all created hip hop that can't nobody else do it." And so I tell a young brother, I'm like, "Listen, this is not about the creation, it's about the curation." He's like, "Curation? What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Dog, curators, they take art from other people and manage it in a sense where others can appreciate it. Like how I take something from CP the artist and they don't know him. I take his stuff and I put it in a setting and describe it in a way and create the ambiance for people to appreciate CP's work. Like they can understand his mindset. Like I put the time frames together. So in this time frame, this is what CP the artist was going through in his life. And you can see the different types of art that he created during that time. You know what I'm saying? And in here, he was in a different mind space. And so all these things look a little different from that over there. And it's not but just because he changed textures and background and things like that. It's just because he was in a different space mentally. So this is where he was going with that, right? I'm trying to explain the difference between creation and curation. And they're like, "Don't nobody care about those nerdy things, man. We just want to hear that the beat was dope." Chuck, so I tell him about this dude named, you know who I'm about to bring up, right? So I bring up this dude named Coogee Rap. Right? And they was like, "If he's so good, how come he ain't popping right now?" And I'm like, "Dude, he is so good that he is popping right now." You know what I'm saying? But I just want to hear Chuck before we get back to the Knicks stuff. I just want to get back. I just want to get your take on how the art and generations seem to get slept on by the generations as they go by.
Well, I don't listen to today's hip hop. I'm strictly 80s and 90s.
Right.
because that's when it was about lyrics.
Right.
So, and what they doing today is bubblegum to me. It's mumble rap and other stuff. Just, I don't appreciate it. I only appreciate artists that sound like the 80s and 90s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I'm not with this genre right now. This is kind of throwing me off because of my love for the Knicks, and I'm holding all of this passion in, and to have to talk about something else is kind of breaking me because I want to share my deep thoughts about Frank's greatness.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, I'm going somewhere with this, Chuck. I'm going somewhere with this. And so here is where I'm going with this, right? So so it's not an analogy. I'm doing a parallel or comparison, right? So I was talking to Hoodie Cav. I was talking to Hoodie Cav about Clyde Frazier, right? And he said Clyde Frazier is similar to Damian Lillard.
What?
And I said, "Hey, young fella, watch your mouth." He's like, "No, you ain't gonna tell me what to say. You ain't gonna tell me what to say." I'm like, "Cav, listen, I don't monitor, I don't mute conversation, right? Unless it's something greasy. But this right here is borderline on being greasy." So he was like, "Man, Damian Lillard could score better than Clyde Frazier." So I was like, hold on, Hoodie Cav. Take a break. Go off camera, man. Go in the other room and take a deep breath or something. Go smoke a Newport or something. But you comparing Walt Clyde Frazier to Damian Lillard is blasphemy. He's like, "You said he could score, right?" I'm like, hold on, dog. Hold on. Walt Clyde Frazier was the first two-way NBA guard where he was all-world defense and could score when he wanted to, right? He was in the era, he played in the Jerry West era. Like if you batted an eyelash, Jerry West would already have his shot up. You know what I'm saying? Jerry West might be the greatest shooter of all times, like Muhammad Ali used to say, of all times.
The champ is here.
No matter what time frame you're talking about, all of them. Jerry West might be the greatest shooter of all times, right? And he played Jerry West in the finals, right? And won a chip, right? And so I was like, yo, Clyde could score anytime he wanted to, but he chose not to because on one hand, he had a balance guard. One chip, he had a balance guard playing with him that could go off like an inferno. And then after that, he had Earl of Pearl Monroe, who was the epitome of a walking bucket, right?
The epitome of a walking bucket.
Yes, and he had this thing. So Earl of Pearl Monroe had this thing with him before anybody even knew what they were. He had these things called handles, where no matter how good your defense was, Pearl could shake the best of them. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get to a place where when are we going to start appreciating not only what we have on the court nowadays, and say 25 years ago and 50 years ago? When are we just going to start appreciating our Knicks, man?
I'm being honest, this is not my era. I had to just look up his numbers. He was a career 50% scorer. 50% for a guard?
Yes.
Oh my, I'm looking at these numbers like he was great.
Yes.
Holy crap. And it wasn't like, and he got 17 points his second year, 20, 21, 23, 21, 20, 21. Holy crap. Yeah. Go ahead, continue.
Bro, the impressive thing is not Clyde Frazier being a big guard, right? not just him being a big guard, right? This dude this dude could do stuff on the floor that nobody else could. The dude was legit, no matter who your guard was, and you can ask all the great guards of that era. When they came to New York, this is where it all started. So everybody knows the chance of defense started in the 1950s at Giants games. The word was actually called defense. The word is actually pronounced correctly as defense. When you see defense, it's supposed to be not pronounced defense, right? That's the English saying of it, right? But thanks to the Giants fans outdoors wanting their defense to make stops, they used to say defense, right? But the Knicks bring that indoors, right? Yep. So they were the first. The New York Knicks crowd was the first to chant that defense. They were the first. We were the first to embrace this defense of mentality. It's the heart of the city. Yep. Everybody before that just wanted to race up and down and just throw the ball in the basket. Race up and down. And if you think I'm lying, go back and look at Bill Russell's rebounding numbers, right? Look at Bill Russell's rebounding numbers. The dude, I think one time the dude had like multiple 20 rebound games in one season, right? Nowadays, that's ridiculous. If a center gets multiple 20 rebound games, you can best believe he's gonna beg for a max contract, right? So what I'm getting at is this. What I was getting at is when are we gonna start to appreciate what the Knicks are doing right now on the floor? Like appreciate the great stuff that we're seeing. Appreciate the stuff that we've seen, say, a generation ago. You know, Pat Ewing, John Starks, Charles Oakley, all that stuff. And then, appreciate what happened 2 generations ago with Clyde Frazier, Willis Reed, and all that. Like people like Willis Reed, yeah, he was all right, but he wasn't. Man, Willis Reed was probably the second best center in franchise history. You know what I'm saying?
Is this a question for Chuck?
Yeah, I want to get Chuck involved. I'd be wanting Chuck to talk, right? So because what happens is Chuck get on and he's like, first of all, Cornerstone Cab, the pen is whack. That's Chuck P right there, right?
Hey, Unc, real quick. AP Traders goes, we got to go back 40 years to talk championship. Shake my head. So that you say.
To that, I will say this. I would say that we should appreciate everything that we see from this franchise, because it's not like dudes don't come here and try to put it all out on the floor. I think we have to start appreciating some stuff. And when I say appreciate, everybody's going to appreciate things differently, right? So I appreciate the effort that RJ Barrett brings to the floor, but some people may appreciate the way Alec Burks' jump shot looks, and so we all have our different levels and degrees of fandom, right? But what I'm saying is I think we're at a point now where things are turning in the right direction, and as opposed to looking down the road at what we could be in 3 years, I think we should just embrace the moments.
Yep. Okay.
So there's a pregnant pause. I know Chuck, if he wanted to speak, he would have spoke. It's I think Freezy, I love you to death, but you might have been gone from the area a little too long. See, we still breathe this New York environment. We still breathe this New York lifestyle. Every day I go into Harlem. In fact, I'm going into Harlem shortly. There's only one thing that matters. Today is dress down day.
Okay.
Be careful on the block, man.
Exactly. On Lenox Ave and 128, the bully.
Hey, GI, real quick.
So go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask, have you ate at that rooster place by that I think it's called the Red Rooster, I think it's called?
I eat at Jacobs every day and praying for Clyde to come in one day. One day I just missed him. There's a Jacobs on the boulevard on 129th. Clyde eats in there once a week, but I haven't met him yet. But so I go there every day to hope I catch Clyde. But let me say this. This is the Mecca of basketball, Freezy. We don't appreciate good jumpers. 50% win totals, second round playoffs. There's only one thing everybody is looking for, and that is a championship.
Yep.
So I hear you. We should embrace the process, trust the process. I've been screaming that forever. And you'll have a conversation with a Knicks fan who thinks they're the smartest of the bunch and tell you how we're going to win the next championship.
Yep.
So I hope we sit down and take the ride, because you have created a vehicle for me to sit my seat back, sit up and be comfortable and talk to some smart people. But there's nobody in the Knicks sphere that's going to be comfortable until we have a parade for the Knicks down Broadway. And that's why you see so much angst in the fan base.
Right. No doubt. No doubt. And so my plea is to them, because what happens is that person that's on edge, that young person that's on edge, they're like, hey, blah, 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 what's going to happen is they're going to become an old person that's on edge. And you know what I'm saying? Talking about blah, blah, blah. And so what I'm saying is this. Man, listen, the Knicks haven't won a championship since 1973, right? I was a shorty, right? I mean, I was old enough to remember some stuff, but not everything. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm becoming an older man that can remember some stuff, but not everything. And we still don't have a championship. What I'm saying is, I think we should, as Knicks fans, should embrace these moments, right? I'm not saying take these moments as a replacement for a championship, or these moments of Emmanuel Quickly scoring 25 on a weeknight versus Sacramento Kings as a placeholder for a championship. I'm saying appreciate it. I'm saying, like, when I talk to you, I should be like, yo, you remember that time Quickly put up 25 and Frank came in the game, Chuck D's favorite player, Frank came in the game and set the world on fire. I don't know why Tibbs had been sitting Frank for so long. If Tibbs was playing Frank, we might be 7 games over 500 by now, Chuck.
Fact. Listen. My girl, she watches the show, and she's interested in being a Knicks fan. Freezy, I sent you a DM with a screenshot.
I saw it. It was dope.
Right. I got a winner, right? And she says to me, why are you a Knicks fan? And I told her, it's the personality. That's what makes a Knicks fan. She says, but they're losing so much. It's the personality. I can't be a Hawks fan. I don't fit the personality of a Hawks fan or a Golden State fan or a Laker fan.
So you're not fly by night. You're not flighting.
Never.
You're not bandwagon. Okay.
No.
Listen. We have a big four. We are here. The time is now. Go Knicks. Go Frank. Now, let me break this down to you. I'm going to tell you who the big... Kev, chill. I got you.
Frankers unite.
Frankers
unite, Kev.
We already know who the big three is, right?
Yeah.
We got RJ, Randall, and MVP Quickly. Unstoppable. Now.
Who's being sarcastic?
No, I'm not.
I know it.
And what last night game did was discover the fourth member of the Big Four, and that's Frank. I can't pronounce his last name, but him.
French roast. That's what we call him.
Right.
French roast.
I'm gonna tell you what he did. I'm gonna give you a little brief description. Right. Him and Todd Gibson played 23 minutes, and they were both plus 17. I said that to say this.
Hey, my baby's in the chat.
She's cute.
Come on, man. You know what? Come on, man.
All right, being that those numbers match, that means they was on the floor at the same time. Right?
Okay.
So hold up. So Taj had 7 rebounds. right? Frank had none.
Okay.
Technically, Frank had 7 hockey rebounds. So he's doing a little bit of everything. So he had 7 hockey rebounds, about 10 hockey assists, and he unlocked Obi. Not last night, but going forward. The Frank mentality spread it throughout the fourth quarter and hit Burks in his hands, and Burks couldn't miss.
No, it hit him in his heart.
You could
Hit him everywhere. Pause.
Hey, Chuck.
Burks,
man's grave, man. You
Hey,
could
let him cook. Let him cook.
yeah, and Burks couldn't miss. So with that being said, as long as Frank is in the area, we're gonna be okay. He don't even have to play. His energy is what we feed off of.
Right.
Frank is the big fourth member. Here we come, 50 and 22. Get on the bandwagon while you can before it fill up. The Knicks are back.
You think we should trade Julius to let Frank be the number 1 option, Chuck?
No. No, everybody feeds off Frank.
I think if Frank had those minutes, he could put up 28, 15, and 9.
No, it'll be a hockey 28. He won't be 28 himself, but it'll be hockey.
But still, I mean, obviously that's better. They're going to win a championship with those hockey numbers.
Yeah, and Frank's going to be the leader of the championship. Kobe MVP, him and Quickly.
So instead of Kobe being the logo, Frank's going to be the NBA logo at some point?
No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm staying in reality.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Well, hey. So first of all, thank you, Chuck, for coming around because we knew because the word on the street was you were a Quickly fan, but were a little salty that others were Quickly fans. So you had to kind of push his stock down some so that you can have them all to yourself.
No,
that was a word on the street.
No, what happened was I got in touch with my inner Chuck, and then he took over. So I left the other one. I left the other one in the past. So this is the new me now.
So Kev. I won't lie to you. The Sacramento Kings took a cut into an 18-point lead and saved it down to 3. But then they saw Frank take off his warm-ups. And all of a sudden, Kevin Knox couldn't miss.
Call the ambulance, man. Somebody have a heart attack.
Kevin Knox hit all of his shots last night. Kevin Knox hit all of his shots last night because of Frank. And Obi Toppin, man, with other people, bricks and stuff. But when Frank hit him off with that pass, Obi Toppin got into the zone.
Frank, Freezy, you just told us to recognize the moment, and you just dumped all on the moment.
Nah.
We didn't dump on the moment.
He's literally poking the bear, man. He is literally poking the bear. Wake up!
Hey, you know what? So Knicks fans, for your long-term health, enjoy the small moments because championships only happen once a year, and if you don't win in that year, guess what you have to do? You have to wait until next year. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm telling Knicks fans is don't look so far down the road, man. Stop shooting your foot off. Enjoy what you're watching. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and if you don't enjoy what you're watching, and if you want to look way down the road, don't tell me that you're a long-suffering Knicks fan, because you are the one that's causing the suffrage. Okay?
I have to disagree with that, Freezy, because when you have a dynasty, that's looking down the road too. That means you're going to win in the future. Right, so what we are building now is a dynasty.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a loss of perspective. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I need a gun. I need a gun. I gotta end it now, man.
And the reason why I feel this way, Kev, is because about 20 years ago, I was in a setting, and I ain't gonna talk about the specific setting, but I was in a setting with these two old men, right? They were at a round table, just a small table, not a big conference site table. It was a small table, and they were like, "Hey, young fella, we liked the thing you did earlier. Come over here and holler at us." And I didn't know who these two gentlemen were, right? But I had did something in a setting, and it wound up being popular. I was nervous, but I pulled it off, and they pulled me over. And so they were like, "Hey, man, I understand. Hey, the way you rallied the troops in there was awesome, but what you need is perspective." And so I was like, "Who are you talking to, old man?" And so the first guy that talked to me, he was the mayor of a major city for like 7 terms. An older black guy. He was in his late 70s, early 80s. He was the mayor of a major city for like a number of terms, right? And the guy that he was sitting with was a mayor of another city out west for I think like maybe 3 or 4 terms during a turbulent time in American history, right? So these two dudes were famous, right? And I ain't gonna say their name because I want to keep the conversation, our experience between us, right? But they put me to the side. They were like, "Hey, man, we love how you rallying the troops in there, man, and we love the fact that you're passionate about this thing that we're passionate about. But you can't always think about, these things down the road. Like you can't. Every problem is not going to be solved with the stroke of a magic wand. Getting the energy up, thinking about, what's going to happen when we do so." And I'll use the Knicks championship as an example. So so the one guy was like, the one guy was the first guy was the mayor of a prominent city in the Midwest, right? Popular guy, right? So he was like, "Yo," and I'm paraphrasing what he said to fit our narrative. He was like, "It's all good thinking about the Knicks winning 3 or 4 championships, down the road and all that stuff. But what you have to think about is today. Like you have to enjoy the moment, because before you know it, you're gonna be an old man like me, looking back at what you missed and regretting that you didn't take your time and smell the roses, so to speak, right? You focus so much on the stuff down there, you got to worry about some of that stuff that's right here, right?" And so he asked, he was like, "Hey, did you tell the missus that she was pretty today?" And I was like, "Nah, but I'll tell her when I get home." So he was like, "Hey, how you gonna make it home?" And so I was like, "Oh, you going there?" And so basically what I gathered from that conversation is this, and shout out to them for pulling the young brother aside and imparting wisdom and gems. Basically, what they were saying is you can't control all the stuff down the road, man. But today you can just control the stuff that's in your control. Stop and smell the roses occasionally. Make sure you remember that none of this stuff is guaranteed. Some of the people that's on this path with you are not going to make it down the road. You know what I'm saying? Some of these, and then when you get to be my age, and this is something separate, when you get to be my age and you look back at some of the homies and stuff, your friends, and some of the people that you took for granted were going to be here, they ain't here. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is when you like say for instance, if CP the artist sends me something, right? Instead of putting it to the thing and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna look at this next week, I'm gonna pull it out and I'll be like, yo, I can't believe CP the artist actually did this for me. And this is dope right here. I'm gonna enjoy that moment. And then on top of that, I'm gonna go back and tell him my experience. I'll be like, CP, yo, this right here is dope and fantastic. You mind if I tell others and share this with other people?" You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is Knicks fans, we need to start being more in the moment and stop looking down the road or what other people have. We need to enjoy our fandom, right? We are fans of the Knicks. We may not win a championship this year. Is that a failure? No. Let's enjoy the journey. The best thing about getting somewhere is the journey getting there. Is what I'm saying. We need to occasionally stop and smell the roses. And I ain't mean to get all fortune cookie ish, but what I'm saying is when Quickly scores 25, we shouldn't be looking at CJ McCollum like, well, CJ McCollum is averaging 25 right now. Now we don't, you know what I'm saying? Let's just enjoy our rookies. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy this coaching change, man. Enjoy these conversations that we have with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because none of this stuff is guaranteed from one moment to the next. So, and I'm sorry if I sound fortune cookie-ish because of Coach Zach here, but Coach Zach told me something about a month ago, and I was so excited about that event that when I see him, it was less about me talking about the Knicks, but more about what was going on in that young man's life. And then when I saw him with the baby was like Kevin Knox. I was like, look at that, man. That's the stuff that we need to enjoy, right? Because the championship, we might not make the championship this year. We might not make the finals, but we can enjoy these moments and being fans and stuff. I'm gonna get out the way. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna just throw it back to Chubby. And Chubby probably like, yo, how do I come on after that? He just babbled on and on.
Yeah, you ain't give him no segue. You ain't give him no
Just keep
segue.
talking about
Chuck,
the
let me
5'4".
line you up. Chuck,
Keep
let me
talking
line you
about
up.
the 5'4".
Hold on, Zach. Let me line you up. By the way, Rob cut you last night. He literally said he would never do a debate with you, and he hired Kev W. And then at last hour of the show, him and Kev W proceeded to yell at each other. I love Rob the Nick, but there should be a piss test for the Knicks at Night show. If you're over a certain limit, or alcohol test, if you're over a certain limit, Chuck. He proceeded. He needed.
I was dying yesterday watching the show when Chuck was getting on him about his drinking.
Hey, you should know. Forget dying last. You have to watch it last night, Chuck. It was a hot mess. The girl came on the show, and Annalita.
Yeah,
he simped for her for a
Who
solid
did?
hour, brother. Rob the Nick.
Oh,
Rob the Nick.
Rob.
He became the net fan. He started telling you got to listen to her. She knows what she's talking about with the Nets. We started calling it the Nets at Night.
Meanwhile, the private chat popping. What's your number? What's your number?
Yeah, we started calling it the Nets at Night show, the Drunk at Night show. And Cam W just kept saying, "Rob, let me speak. You keep."
I would have to watch it.
And Rob was like, no, you won't let me finish. And Rob would talk for like 7 straight minutes about the same thing he said 2 minutes ago. and at the end of his thing, Kevin would be like, you finished? And he'd be like, no, you keep cutting me off. And then he'll rewind the tape back to what he said and go for 7 more minutes about the same thing he said 2 minutes ago. and then Kevin would be like, man, you finished. And then he would rewind the tape and go back. And so
I'm definitely having to check it out.
Yeah, it was different. It was definitely different, man.
He was simping, huh?
Yes.
Oh, you got to be a pimp, Rob, not a snit, a simp. Sorry, I didn't look up. Be a pimp, not a simp.
So the thing she was saying clearly, in retrospect,
she was a Net fan.
It
was a troll.
I don't think she was a Nets fan. I think she was just drawing facts. And in retrospect, I can say that. And during the moment, she sounded like a Nets fan.
Okay.
So we got this thing going on, Rob, in the black community. It's called, and actually, it's all amongst. I shouldn't say black community. It's
the manosphere. The
manosphere. The pink pill versus the blue pill.
No, the red pill. The red. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're right. No, you're right.
Actually, it's 3 pills: the pink, the red, and the blue.
And
so what it is
there's a purple pill too.
Rob was taking that blue pill.
I'm scared of
the
purple one. I ain't going down. I gotta learn more research before I speak of it. I'm gonna say pause in advance. So what it talks about is, are you a player, or do you do whatever your woman tells you, so it's feminism, masculism. So she is a feminist, hardcore feminist. And she plays. And her position is, when I come to the table, You're going to respect me as a woman. I want to be treated 50-50 as a woman. So she's in this sphere, and she's probably looking for content and practicing things. So when she goes out and because they have 250, 400,000 views on their shows, they got 30,000. They do live events. They got 30,000 people in their chat at a time. It is the most dominant thing in YouTube. This guy, Kevin Samuels, is like the godfather of the whole sector. So she's trying to take these guys on. So somehow she found us saying we're deep in the stratosphere. We're deep in the algorithm. So she's coming to practice her material on us and our 200, 300 viewers at a time. So she could go back and compete with them. And she immediately came in and said, I want to talk to you, Rob the Knick. Earlier, she says, I want to talk to you, Chuck. So she's watching us and picking out the guys that she thinks that she wants to match her wits with. And she loves Chuck because Chuck's a hardcore, no, blah, blah, blah. He got that heavy hand. So she probably wants to see if she can soften up Chuck to work on her stuff.
Well, Chuck looked like her sugar daddy.
Now she was she's with the Kevin Samuel guy. Their team.
No, she wants to battle with them.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know who Kevin Samuel is, but that's
yeah. He looked like Ricky Smiley.
That's kind of okay. She thinks thinks we're a tune-up game.
Yeah. I guess, and that's what happens, man. When you have an open link, like when you put the link out there, man, anybody can kind of jump in, So Stephen Fox kind of vetted her some. And so she was ultra respectful to Stephen Fox. I was there. I was right there at the time. So she was like, yeah, I just wanted to jump on with you guys and blah, blah, blah. And so Rob the Knick, though.
He got the blue pill.
Rob the Knick tripped over some Henny bottles to embarrass himself last night. Rob the Knick, Rob the man. And
he
so
reached for a mitt and it was a mini shooter.
Yeah. and so Rob the Knick is my guy, man. Rob the Knick is legit, OG for like back channel stuff. Like when dudes be beefing, Rob the Knick come in and talk their head off for like 3 hours, and they're like, okay. You know what I'm saying? We straight. You know what I'm saying? So
it's actually Rob the Net. It's actually Rob the Net now.
Oh, sorry, Rob the Net won.
Rob the knowledgeable net.
Right.
Wow.
So when legit be like, when cats be like two dudes come to me, they'll be like, yo, I be wanting to get on, man, but this dude keep talking over me. Every time I get ready to talk, he talk over me. And I'll be like, yo, y'all want me to get Rob the Knick? They'll be like, nah, man, we good. Don't get Rob. Don't get Rob. Because Rob will drop like 1 million gems on them in like a 7-minute conversation, and you feel overwhelmed. So, but yeah, man. So last night, last night was probably his best and worst appearance at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So. Because it was like, because I started to end the stream, I was like, yo, this ain't going good. I'm gonna just cut this off. I'm gonna just yank the cord, right? But then I was like, but it was like watching the car accident.
It was great show. I thought you was gonna pull the plug.
I had to work.
I thought you was gonna
I gotta
pull
work
the plug.
night shift.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Because the subtleness in the trolling was like, because okay, so with State of the New York Knicks podcast, who I love, man, that's my guy.
Yeah.
But you don't need to troll him hard. You can troll him a little bit, and he'll get over his skis, head over heels, and say some stuff, and you like, yeah, you might want to reel that in a little bit. He can't, because he started
yelling at her. He started yelling at her.
Did he?
State was like, let's go right now. Line the Nets and the Knicks up. And he was saying, KD's a fraud. He just jumped on the 70.
Who can guard Randall?
Nobody can guard Randall. And then he said, and Kyrie's a Looney Tune, so I wouldn't dare go at it, and he's gonna get hurt soon. And he said, and more importantly, here's where you're gonna lose it all. And hear me well, young lady. Dan Antonio never won anything, and he's full of this. And she just kept destroying them. She had enough research to destroy. She ripped them, and they didn't know she's skilled at this. Right. She does this with 200,000+ people.
Right.
And
Right.
she kept her cool. She stayed. So she's gonna take that back and say, see, how am I supposed to deal with a man that treats me like they were straight troll food for her last night?
Right. And
Straight troll.
and so it was like small stuff like who's gonna guard Randall? And y'all know who was yelling, who gonna guard Randall. Y'all know who was screaming at, right? But she was like, but KD won a championship. And so I'm like, oh, and so she was like, well, y'all have to get to the playoffs in order to know what playoff failure feel like.
Damn.
And I'm like, oh,
yeah. She said, I don't
to be here.
Yeah, because she said he was like, I don't trust those championships. They mean nothing. She said, but at least he's been there. And you're saying the Knicks have no experience at all in the playoffs. She was so feminine. Oh man,
she killed him softly, bro. Oh, death by 1,000 cuts.
Then he started saying, I'm from 133rd Street. And I was like,
that's probably what she said. Who cares?
Yeah. Well,
no, I mean, she didn't say anything. She let him. She was only the troll.
Okay.
She was only there to troll.
And so when it got to when it got to the borderline Knicks disrespect, I was like, yo, we ain't gonna do this here. This is a Knicks channel. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to talk 24/7 about Nets, take your 4 fans and y'all do a Nets at Night podcast.
And Freezy was right. But the problem is Freezy let them go too far. They already hung themselves. Right. So Freezy looked like he was coming in to tell her, well, you should be here anyway. But she was like, but I've already been here. And they started with me. And they did start with her.
Right. But the thing is, G.I., he got to be a wingman to Rob. He can't kick her out when Rob he's got to be a good wingman.
Oh, well, hold on, Zach. Go ahead, Freezy.
Oh, so the thing is we do and encourage a free forum, right? Like when Zach come on, I don't say Zach talk about this. I don't say Chuck B talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Basically, we come on. If we want to know something from you, then we'll ask you the question, like, hey Zach, what you think about such and such and such and such. But I'm not gonna email you notes and say, hey, talk about this when you come on here. That ain't this type of party.
That's what makes it fun too.
Yeah,
you don't do it that way.
Yeah,
because we can end up talking about jokes. We could talk about anything not Knicks related. It's great.
Cars, music, Knicks.
It's like you're just chopping it up with your
friends.
So
the best part about it was Rob kept saying, "Leave her alone. Let her talk." So everybody's like, "No, we want her to leave now." Rob was like, "No, y'all let her stay." And she's got her avatar with her lips, and she's a beautiful girl. My wife is watching. I love.
No, she's not. She's
Honey,
not.
She's all right though. But the way she got her profile, I know she's not my style.
Yes.
But she had a profile. Her lips are poked out, and man, Rob.
Rob fell for the trap.
Yeah, he fell for. Yeah, he probably. Yeah, but when you see her in person, she looked like Skeletor. She looked like me with a wig on.
Oh, so you look like Skeletor?
No, she don't.
I'm bony, man. I look.
So Rob like you too?
I'm trying to gain weight.
Oh man. Well, the point I was getting at is with Lawrence Tears, man. I don't try to bridle anybody, man. I don't try to, harness people and all of that stuff, man. I want us to speak freely. So you got to give people the opportunity to do their thing, because it's not fair to do that for some and not do it for others. You know what I'm saying? The only one really after last night probably went on too long. I think it was because of Rob, not because of the girl. You know what I'm saying? It was because Rob had tripped over a Henny bottle and fell in it. You know what I'm saying? And so, but the only one I regret from this week is Sherwin M. You know what I'm saying? I think Sherwin M was on Monday night, and I wish we could have did that better. You know what I'm saying? I wish we could have had him on in the daytime. That way we could kind of have.
Oh, we would have calmed him down. But Sherwin, and unfortunately, Freezy, you being in this family, he flew from one show to the other, and he caught Foxy off guard, and Foxy was stuck in being, well, am I just gonna punk to this dude, or because he was already calling Foxy names in the show preview. I think we had a game. Right? Was it a game? Yeah. So because Foxy only does game night. He was calling Foxy names before the game,
Right.
and then it flowed into your show. Because he said he was trying to hit the link before. Had he hit the link before, we'd have cleared it, and then your show would have been clear. You caught, in fairness to you, you caught collateral damage from a previous.
He would, but he wouldn't say that when I was there in the thing. That's the thing that I missed. Because when I was like, "Hey, Sherwin W, you there?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of, dog, because I don't, And so for the virtual chat, y'all, I know the virtual chat always says this, man. They always hit me up with where I try to protect everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm sheltering people, and I do. And I ain't gonna lie to you. And it's not because people can't protect themselves, but it's because I don't want people feel like they could just come up here and disrespect the people that we have on the joint. Period. And I know people can protect themselves, but I don't want people feeling like if I come on, is Uncle Freezy gonna let such and such come on here and be disrespectful? That ain't what this is about. This is a safe place. I keep saying that, man. This is a safe place for us. Unfortunately, we had some people slip through the cracks or whatever. But you know what though? We are a family. You notice when people come on and be disrespectful, everybody pull together. You know what I'm saying? It's like that movie 300 where everybody close the gaps, you know what I'm saying, and make sure don't nobody, you know what I'm saying, do things that's ultra greasy or whatever. So I didn't think so to be.
I don't remember anybody coming to my defense, to be honest with you.
Anybody who messes with CP artists got to mess with me. There you go.
I will say this about last night. Shout out to Kevin W. He was the mature man in the room. He was the voice of reason. And unfortunately, at times, he's the one getting beat up on. I want him to leave this whole, he's on this, he's left Kevin Knox, and now he's on trade for Cat and trade Julius Randle for Cat in that offseason.
Oh, he is?
I want him to leave that alone.
I saw that. That was crazy.
Oh,
yes.
No,
that was crazy, man.
But that's his opinion.
I get that, but I'm just
he didn't. So the thing is,
I respect it, but
So it's like when Chuck B talks about Quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are like, "Man, Uncle Freezy, why you always let Chuck B say such and such about Quickly?" I'm like, "Dog, listen. These dudes are smart, right? They don't just come on the show and just make up something from their first thought. These dudes actually think about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And when they speak, you can at least see where they're coming from, right? It's not like this dude has said, I'm gonna pick out a random Nick and then bash him. The dude legit says he criticized the dude game, and this is what he saw, and this is what the dude needs to do to get better. And while I don't agree, I can understand. And the thing with Cat and Kev W is my man didn't just make this thing up out of the blue. He was like, yo, you can get the same production or better from Cat because you can go get you a power forward from anywhere. But a superstar center, you can't just go find a superstar center from anywhere. Right now, our center is getting us 8 and 8, and we want to give him a max contract. Cat is legit the greatest shooting center of all time statistically, right? Statistically, he's the greatest shooter of all time. And when we saw him face to face, he put up 27 and 15 on us. Right?
It's not like he's a bad player.
Right.
No, he's great.
Right. So I mean,
but
I understand.
Still blew it at the end.
But the thing is that Cat, even though he puts up numbers, he doesn't have that. I want to ride and die with this dude. That's the thing. I think Julius is a great locker room guy. Like yesterday, I was watching the post game, and Quickly was doing his little interview, and he interrupted and made some jokes, whatever. And it was like this big brother, little brother thing. Cat, I don't think Cat is the old Julius Randle, and here's why. He has this talent, but does the leadership intangibles go with it where you're going to be like, yo, that's the leader right there? Cat has not developed that yet. So
also, CP, do you think he has that? I don't think he has the ability. Like some good players, like some great players in this league, have the ability to say, I'm not letting my team lose tonight. I don't think he has that.
Exactly. He doesn't have that. I don't think he has that.
Right. Right. Hey, and so Delano still asked a question. He was saying, should LeBron James be in the MVP conversation? Though the Lakers season is not going the way that most anticipated. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I don't know who the league MVP is right now. I know it's not Bradley Beal just because he's leading the league in scoring, I think.
You got to look at Luca. If he pulls Dallas out of the dumpster, because they have been looking better, and they get to like the fifth, fourth seed in the West.
Right.
Time out. Why, Luca? Why don't we say Julius Randle?
I'm not saying not Julius. I'm just saying like it's also a popularity contest. It's not just about who's the most valuable. It's also a popularity contest at times.
I
Too.
wouldn't call
It's
it a
not-
popularity contest. I would call it how far your team goes in winning
Right.
towards a championship. You're not going to be scratched.
But-
No MVP is going to scratch being around 500, and that's not going to happen. You're going to have to be one of the best teams in the NBA
Russ got an
win.
MVP. We're in sixth in the West.
Sixth in the West is not where we are. I doubt
I'm
we'll be
saying
said.
like sometimes there's some guys that can be more deserving than other guys who win the MVP.
Well,
is what I'm saying.
Well, and the year Westbrook won it, nobody had averaged a triple double for an
Right.
entire season since like 1962.
Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, so the league seeing that, it's like, how do you not give this dude the MVP when
All I
he's
meant-
when he's
all I-
top five in three major statistical categories?
All I meant was like sometimes like you can argue like it's mostly every year too, but like sometimes when someone wins the MVP, you could say, well, this guy got hosed, this guy got hosed. Why this dude
Right.
win? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
No, I
subjective.
agree.
It's a subjective
Right.
award at the end of the day. 'Cause I feel
But
like
Julius is going to get some
Kobe
votes.
should have had more.
Oh yeah, I think he will.
Yeah,
No
Kobe
doubt.
should have had a lot more MVPs, and I believe
How
Carmelo-
many did Kobe have?
One.
Yeah.
Steve Nash had two. he
I
stole
believe-
Kobe's and Shaq's.
Hold on, time out. I believe LeBron James robbed Melo for that MVP. He got like one vote, Melo. I believe that year that he was with our was it 50 game
53.
win?
Yeah, 53
Yeah,
wins.
right.
Yeah.
Melo should have got that because Melo was working with a lot less than LeBron did in Miami. That was a travesty. Melo should have gotten that MVP
Why did
Point
LeBron
blank.
get it?
because he's LeBron James. And
Yeah,
the
sometimes
league,
it's a popularity
yeah.
contest.
Yeah.
It's
And I believe Kobe, God rest his soul, didn't get his during those monster years after Shaq because of the allegations.
Yeah.
Kobe was a villain for a while.
Yeah, those allegations.
Yeah. Well, that puts us in a rough spot. What do you think, Chuck?
As far as MVP,
Yeah.
I said, yeah. Oh man,
Who was your MVP? Don't sugarcoat it.
Chuck is
Oh,
researching
like-
Angelita.
Emmanuel quickly, obviously.
It's gonna well as far as the votes, it's gonna come down to the team with like close to the best record and that player who lead them there.
Chuck, the question is, who is your MVP? Not who
My
do you think
MVP.
is going to win it.
Like,
Yeah,
for
not-
example, Joel
yeah.
Embiid is my MVP.
Yeah, not who do you think is going to win it. Who is your
Just-
MVP right now?
Oh, okay. Randall and quickly.
So they're going to split it down the middle.
Yeah.
And Frank is going to do the slicing, and he'll pass out each side.
Frank is going to get most improved player for playing.
Yeah.
Get 7 points last night.
Hey, Kevin Knox shoots 100% from the field last night.
Sixth man of the year. Sixth man of the year.
Kevin Knox revived his career last night when Frank was on the floor.
What can't Kevin Knox do?
Randall's
In the words
definitely
of a
getting
wise
most.
man once told me, what can't Kevin Knox do?
Randall's definitely getting most improved player of the year, hands down.
If he
might
doesn't,
he might
he's
sweep
robbed.
Let me think here.
I don't think
If
There's a few other guys that are in contention. I forget.
Christian Wood,
Yeah, Christian
He
Wood
got hurt though. I think he's
Jeremy
hurt
Grant.
though.
Jeremy Grant. Yeah, Jeremy Grant. Yeah. So they'll be
Jeremy
stiff
Grant's
competition.
scoring more points a game than Julius, and he came from like what career 7-8 points a game. Now he's averaging 24.
Yeah. See, Randall came from 20 to what, 23, 24?
But he ain't helped Detroit become a better team. So
No,
He
exactly.
is the team
true.
pretty much.
That is true. But what I would say though is this with Julius. If Julius Randle makes an all NBA team,
Oh,
I think it is
well deserved.
cool. I think it's a cool for the Knicks because now you send word around the league that you can perform at a high level in New York and you can drag a team out of the lottery into a borderline playoff team. But that'll depend on the schedule though. I'm not as intimidated by the schedule as others. Like some of us are shaking in our boots about the schedule. But I'm here to tell you that there's some of those names that are on the schedule on the second half were on the schedule in the first half, and they caught L's. You know what I'm saying? So
Last night,
Boston's struggling mightily.
the
Milwaukee's
Lakers,
not the same team. The Lakers aren't the same team.
Yeah.
I think injury and everything like that is why the Lakers, as soon as they get Anthony Davis back, they'll be back on course.
Yeah.
But last night, in the Knicks perspective was just like beautiful to me just to watch the veteran and the youth in a harmonious balance. It was what I've been waiting for. Last night. I mean, it was a near perfect experience of what I wanted to see. And it wasn't just Frank. It was just like the chemistry, seeing Quickly and Frank, that seeing Obadiah, being aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he only had 3 points, but it was like it was refreshing.
It was a pass.
And I want to see more.
That's why he made it.
AP Trader.
It wasn't allegations. He
throw a grenade in there like that.
Wow.
Come on.
What happened?
Julian.
He said about Kobe, there was not allegations. He paid.
I think Kobe Bryant is overrated.
Oh,
here we go, bro.
Why?
Here we go,
Why?
Here we go, bro. I was gonna get on you about your Shaq was a better player, but we were running out of time. My battery was getting low. Whatever. See, there's strengths and weaknesses. Kobe didn't have a weakness at the foul line, and there wasn't any rule in place called the hack of Kobe, because you couldn't hack Kobe and put him at the line and not expect a 90% shooter to sink his 2-point shots. Shaq, his kryptonite was the foul line and cheeseburgers and hot dogs. Because we forget that from Orlando to the Lakers, he gained like 8,500 pounds.
8,500?
Yeah, and then when he went to Miami, still in his prime, it was D Wade that carried him to a championship. And
look what Barkley say about him. Miami
abruptly traded Shaq for to Phoenix for some nachos and a bag of salsa verde. And
hey, salsa verde is pretty good though.
Yes, okay. And then his career went downhill. He played with LeBron James, no championship. He played with the big three.
He was past his prime.
Yeah, but the thing is that the Lakers they valued Kobe more than they did Shaq.
Was
in his prime.
If you listen to Jerry West, that was because of Shaq's age.
Yeah. Hey, so the question should be this. So
if he's so dominant,
So Kobe is
He was
overrated.
32 and wanted another 7-year big money deal
Yeah.
like he got when he left
32 years
Orlando.
old. 32 years old.
Or not, he
Patrick
wanted
Ewing
us for a
played-
7-year deal. That's an old guy. I'm not
If
paying a
you're
32-year-old 7 years.
if you're 13,
No.
if you're 13 years old, 32 is old. You know what I'm saying? But listen. So the thing I was getting at. So CP, I wanted to. So Kobe is overrated. That's a fact. But the question on the
Oh
floor
my God.
that has been open for an hour is how does CP the artist root for a team that he never saw win a championship? That is an open
Okay.
question. And you've been dodging it. You've been Ali
I
like.
told
on
my
dodging it.
girl, I told my beautiful Dominican girlfriend that it's because I can't do anything else. New York is a lifestyle. It's a characteristic. That's why I'm a Knicks fan. That's why we are all Knicks fans. You know that. You know I can't be a Miami fan. I can't be any other fan. Whatever. You know the orange and blue is a lifestyle. It's a thing. And me and her talked about this, and you know she's trolling. She's trolling. You know I'm rubbing off on her. She's being a troll in the chat.
Like Freezy right now with this Kobe mess.
No,
Yes.
I'm not trolling
And
about
he
Kobe.
dodged the question to bring up.
Who's
You
not
know,
overrated to you? Because I've heard Luka's overrated, Dame's overrated, Kobe's overrated. Who's not overrated to you?
Say that one more time.
You said Luka's not a superstar, correct? Luka's overrated, right?
Did I say Luka wasn't?
I thought you did. That might have been someone else. But anyway, you said Dame's not.
No,
Dame's
no.
overrated.
What I'm saying is Dame is a compiler.
Yeah, but you said he wasn't a superstar. You said he was a little overrated. I remember.
Yeah, he is. He is.
You said
because
your name said Kobe. Like, who wasn't overrated to you? Who was?
Okay. So Michael Jordan wasn't overrated.
Okay.
But I think what we have to do is put some things in perspective. Like we want to put Kobe on his separate pedestal, and I'm here to tell you that other guys that played during, just before, or after were also good. But I think we diminish the accomplishments of Dwayne Wade.
No, we
Right?
don't. He's just not Kobe.
Is the exact. See what I mean? So that was like the Riddler. You just said one thing and then said the opposite thing. And
just because he's not Kobe doesn't, like, we don't disrespect Clyde Drexler by saying he's not Michael Jordan.
No, that's not what I'm saying. So that was a good. What I'm saying is Dwayne Wade should be appreciated just as much as Kobe Bryant. Is what I'm
I
saying.
agree.
Why?
Well, I agree. Yeah.
To his fan base. To his fan base.
To Miami,
to a
maybe.
casual fan.
Not
Yeah.
to the world.
No. Dwayne Wade was a beast before.
Yeah,
I get
nobody's
it,
saying
but
he's not.
I don't have to. As a New York Knicks fan, I can like Kobe more than Dwayne Wade. It'd be perfectly fine.
No, or vice versa. You could like Dwayne Wade.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is when I say overrate, we have to look at the word that I'm using. So in order to overrate, you actually have to rate, right? And so what happens is we put Kobe in the stratosphere of a Michael Jordan, but then leave Dwayne Wade in a stratosphere of whatever random shooting guard played in his era.
Because Kobe accomplished more with the time that he was playing basketball than Dwayne Wade did.
Yeah.
Plain simple. 5 championships. 2 of them was without
Wade never won an MVP.
Hold
Shaq.
on, Zach. Without Shaq, and he did it with nothing. He beat the big 3.
Oh, he did it with nothing.
With nothing?
Okay.
Yeah,
Now
he
that's out of
did it
bounds.
with nothing. He did it with nothing.
Pau Gasol's nothing?
Yeah.
Pau Gasol was amazing.
Wait. Time out.
Andrew Bynum.
You know what?
They
Can
were
I
not.
finish? What was Paul Gasol's nickname?
Can I finish?
Paul Gasol. Gasol.
Really?
He was soft.
Because he was
Yes.
pretty not soft in LA. He was a
He
champion.
was soft in LA. Do you remember that little thing where Chris Paul slapped him up in the head? You know what I'm saying? He was soft.
Chris Paul ever won a ring?
And when Blake Griffin dunked on him, you know, he was soft.
Oh.
He was a soft big man. He was a finesse big man because that's what European players are. His brother's
He's pretty
more tougher
good.
than he is. He was okay.
By the way, Luca said, "Call me soft."
And so the thing is that and let's not forget Kobe Bryant's run when he averaged 35 points a game. I mean, he was just a terror. He did it from the mid range. He did it from the post. He did it from three. He dunked on you. He uplifted his team. The only problem was I think he would have had 7 championships if he wasn't on the Lakers. Who was run by the kids, and Jerry West left, and then everything went downhill. He would have at least gotten 7 championships. He beat the Spurs. He was in the West. Dwayne Wade was always in the East. So come on. What are we saying here?
That's a flat out lie to say he did it with no help. He couldn't win again after Shaq until he got Pau Gasol, Ron Artest, Andrew
Lamar
Bynum,
Odom.
Lamar Odom.
I was about to say, was it Odom?
He didn't have no
Lamar
help. That's a
Odom
flat
was
out
on
lie.
crack. He was on
With the
crack.
Knicks, dummy. With the Knicks, not with the Lakers. He was on crack with the Knicks.
No, Lamar was smoking.
Lamar was
out.
never
He was
on
still
the
a
Knicks.
6-man persona. Yeah, Lamar
I know, but
was
he
on
was-
the Knicks. Google it.
I know, but he
Phil
was smoking
Jackson's
crack
first
out in
move
LA.
was to
though,
sign
Zach.
Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
But Zach, he was smoking crack out in LA. That's all.
Okay, regardless, it might have
so-
helped him because he was a hell of
and
a
how
player in LA.
Right, and so how we know it's
So-
true is he went on the Nori thing. Anybody in here watch Drink Champs? So
No.
he went on the Drink Champs thing, man, and he said a lot of stuff. And we were like, yo,
Glad he's healthy now,
we
then.
didn't even know that. But bro, if you still dealing with addiction, you on a show with people drinking, Rob the
And
Nick
he got bombed
Rob
too.
Rob the Nick is not proud of Lamar Odom for doing that. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you something. Zach. So you're saying that the Boston Celtics big 3, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Rajon Rondo, a deep bench was better. Wasn't better than the Lakers where you had Ron Artest.
That's not what I said.
I'm asking you a question. I'm
said
not
what
saying
I
that's what you said. I'm asking you a question. Was that team not better than the team that Kobe took to the finals? That LeBron James couldn't beat.
I mean,
That LeBron James had to join.
That's changing the narrative. You said he had no help.
No, this is not
You
changing
said
the
Kobe
narrative.
had
This is
no
making
help.
facts.
You said Kobe had no help, and now you're saying, is the Celtics better than that team? No, you said Kobe had no help and he won championships. That's a lie.
He had no help compared to what Boston had, whom he beat. The Boston team that made LeBron James team up with D Wade and Bosh to defeat. That's how
so let me answer it.
Was.
Let me answer it. First thing is, all of those guys were towards the twilight of their career.
Right.
At that point when Kobe beat them.
Here we
Second
go.
is,
here we go.
You look at the matchups. Point guard, Rajon Rondo over Derek Fisher. Yeah, give you that one. Shooting guard, Ray Allen better than Kobe Bryant? No. Small forward, can Ron Artest? Is it arguable that you can say Ron Artest can guard Paul Pierce?
No, he can't.
Oh, that's funny because Ron Artest was one of the best defenders of his time.
Yeah, but he went on. He was on 19 teams.
Anyway, has nothing to do with him being a good defender, but okay.
He can't shoot. Ron Artest can't
Can I finish?
shoot.
You were saying, can you
Go
finish?
ahead,
Can I finish? All right, cool.
Go ahead.
Kevin Garnett and Pau Gasol. I'll give you Kevin Garnett, but Kendrick Perkins over Andrew Bynum? No. Before Andrew Bynum's knees, Andrew Bynum was a better center than Kendrick Perkins. He was an all-star. Kobe was a Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever do it. Pau Gasol is going to be a Hall of Famer if he's not already. I'm not, know about that. Andrew Bynum was an all-star before his knees. Ron Artest was an all-star at one point in his career. Lamar Odom was a great basketball player in his own right. And you had Rajon Rondo as a rookie when they won a championship. Paul Pierce, who never won anything by himself, like you're saying Kobe did. Kevin Garnett never won anything by himself, like you're saying Kobe did. And Kendrick Perkins?
So what are we saying? So basically,
I'm saying the Lakers. It's
okay,
arguable.
okay.
They're not way
minute.
better than the Lakers supporting cast.
Wait a
That's
minute.
a lie.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Didn't that same team that you mentioned beat the Lakers
And
in
then the Lakers beat the
Yes.
Celtics.
Okay, so how is it that suddenly the Celtics are not a great team and they're over the hill, and LeBron James had to team up with other All-Stars just to beat that team?
I didn't say
And-
they were over
and
the
no-
hill. I said they were in the twilight of their careers. They were older.
Okay,
Doesn't mean they weren't great. They were older,
and
which
Kobe
is a fact.
took went through the West. He beat the defending champion Spurs.
Right.
So
What are you
I'm-
arguing
I'm-
here?
I'm
Right.
struggling to get to is Kobe overrated and is D
No.
Wade underrated?
No,
Yeah, y'all got
he's not
they
underrated.
took all off your topic. Zach and them was Zach
Well, I
and,
got-
and
I
CP
got
the
out of
artist
my-
was on the same team. They were on the same side. Then they started arguing
Until
with
he
each other.
said
Welcome
Kobe
to the
won championships without
welcome
help.
to-
That's just false.
welcome to the Knicks. Welcome to the Knicks morning drive.
I'm not going to let someone
Yeah.
speak false
Yeah.
things, but no, Dwayne Wade is underrated. But I'm not saying Kobe's is overrated.
So who are your top 5 shooting guards of all time, Zach?
Well, the Michael Jordan, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, and it's a crapshoot. You could pick 2 others after that, but those are my 3. Those 3 are in there at least, arguably.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean-
Kobe's a top 5 shooting guard in the history of the NBA.
No.
Oh, you're full of it today, Freezy.
No.
Okay.
No.
You're just trolling, man.
Breezy.
No,
Breezy.
That's what he
You're
does.
just
Kobe's a top 5 player in the history of the NBA.
But at least a
Yeah.
top 5 shooting guard, GI.
GI, really?
At least.
What? Top 5 player?
Name me 5
Athletically,
shooting guards
with-
better than Kobe
with-
Bryant.
Definitely top 5 shooting guard.
Name me 5
But-
better than
Hey,
Kobe.
how about this, Breezy? You can't even
Breezy?
name the top.
You called them Breezy.
Wonderful.
Ooh.
Girl,
George Gervin
what's
was
the
a
name of
3-man.
that thing? Anyway.
Jay Williams, George Gervin was a 3-man.
Freezy.
He still wasn't better than
You
Kobe.
hold on, Freezy. You can't even name 5 Lakers better than Kobe.
Oh no, don't do that.
I can't
I'm gonna
name.
do it. 5
Don't do
Lakers
that.
better than Kobe. What? Name them. 5? You can't name 5. You can say Kareem.
Wilt.
And what was in his later years though?
It doesn't matter. Wilt.
It
Okay,
doesn't,
so
it
okay.
doesn't matter.
All right,
You can argue it.
all right,
You
so-
can argue it.
So
You can
okay,
argue it.
okay.
Jerry
big time.
West.
So we'll
Magic.
say Elgin Baylor.
Elgin
We can say-
Baylor's
we
who
can
got
say
that?
Elgin.
Yeah.
We
How
can
many
say
championships did he win?
Elgin. Did you just say get out of here, Elgin Baylor?
Elgin Baylor's one of the best basketball players to ever grace this planet. And he's
Dude,
forgotten
they
about.
don't-
You want to talk about
people don't-
underrated?
He averaged
People don't
what,
retire your
27?
number.
He's not better than Kobe,
27?
but you can argue it.
Man,
You can
Okay.
argue he's a top 5 Laker.
Okay,
I seen
great.
there is video of Elgin Baylor jumping in the air to dunk on a dude, but he paused to comb his hair and just hung out there, and then yammed it on the dude, and then caught the dude and laid him down on the ground and came down and then combed
But
his hair.
still, Freezy,
That's
name
how cool
5
Elgin Baylor was.
Name 5
and
shooting
athletic
guards
he was.
better than Kobe Bryant, since he's not a top 5
No,
all-time shooting guard.
I got to do one at a time. So my man said, name 5. So first of all, Gi said top 5 all time, right?
Which is true.
Arguably.
That's a myth. That's a myth, man.
Arguably,
because-
it's arguably. Yeah, it's true.
no, it's not arguing. So we're saying Kobe is better than Wilt Chamberlain?
From a championship perspective and the era he played, how he played, yeah. How you gonna give? How
You
you gonna
can't
say?
compare eras like that. But
How
yeah.
you gonna say a guy who was the tallest player in the league
Strongest player too.
is what
Maybe the
is
fastest.
one of the best? Huh?
Maybe the fastest.
All he
dude.
did was dunk on everybody.
But Wilt Chamberlain at 270 pounds could bench 500 pounds and run a 4.6 40.
He sure as heck couldn't push Bill Russell.
So I wish he played with better. I wish he
Thank you.
played with better competition.
Yeah.
Oh, see, so okay, so I respect that argument. I respect what you said just now, right? But we could also say the same thing about Kobe. I wish there were better shooting guards during his era. Can
Get
somebody
the hell
name?
out of here, man.
somebody-
You can't name 5 of all time better than Kobe.
Can somebody name a shooting guard that was comparable to Kobe Bryant during his time, aside from Vince Carter or Dwayne Wade.
Vince
Michael
Carter wasn't
Jordan.
comparable to him.
Michael Jordan. Do you forget
There you
Kobe
go. When he was
played with
18.
Michael Jordan? I don't
He
care
played
what he
it-
played.
No, I'm saying even when he was 18, he was backing down from MJ.
No,
He was
Kobe
not
wasn't.
backing down from MJ.
Kobe wasn't in his
He-
prime when MJ was. It was.
No, but he wasn't
gave
backing down.
They were
MJ
two steps
work.
past. They were two ships passing in the night. One dude was getting very old, and the other dude was very, very young.
Allen
were-
Iverson was more of a two guard than he was a point guard.
Okay,
Shooting guard in a point guard's body.
Dwayne Wade is in his era.
So do you? So
Ray
do you
Allen
add-
is era. What's his era?
T Mac went
He had
healthy.
T Mac. Very good.
T Mac.
Allen
went healthy.
Houston.
Scores.
Allen Houston.
Allen, hey, so
Chris Childs.
Wait, time out.
Boom,
What
boom,
about
boom,
his
boom,
draft?
boom.
Remember his draft class? Kobe's draft class was nice.
One of the best ever.
Yeah.
right, no doubt.
And who was the best player in that one of the best ever draft classes?
So CP, this is where you throw down the trap and let people walk into the trap on their own. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you say stuff like, you know, well, what shooting guard was just as good as Kobe in his era? And then that way they can add people.
None of them were as good as Kobe. You
We
said
didn't
in
say
the same
just as
ilk.
good. You said who was there.
You said who was good in his era. Who was
Right.
good competition.
I know. That's
You didn't say who was better than Kobe or it's as good as Kobe.
No. Listen what I'm saying. So I understood where I was going with it, right? So I said, well, who was just as good as Kobe? What shooting guard was just as good as Kobe during his era? And y'all started because either you're gonna make the argument for me or you're gonna add names to the list, right? And so CP, that's why I asked. Yes, because now you have to add Allen Iverson. To the list.
Now with all those names,
are you saying Allen Iverson was not as good as Kobe?
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Answer my question now, Freezy, that you have more names.
It
Name
wasn't.
5 shooting guards all time better than Kobe Bryant and why?
And you didn't answer my question, Freezy. Name 5 better Lakers. You can't.
So let me do the Lakers thing. I started out. So the thing is I don't know if they're better, but they're comparable, right? So I'm gonna say Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson. Right.
As far as great Lakers,
and so I'm gonna leave off names like James Worthy and George Mikan. I ain't never even seen George Mikan play.
You're
crazy,
reaching,
man.
You're reaching.
So
now my question: 5 all-time shooting guards better than him.
How about this name, CP?
Jeff Hornacek?
How about this name? For an all-time Laker? LeBron James.
Oh, now you're gonna jump on LeBron to say Kobe's overrated? Stop it!
Oh my
Breezy.
God, man!
Stop
LeBron
it.
James is a Laker, bro.
Yeah, but
LeBron
you're gonna use LeBron James. You're gonna say he's better than Kobe just to say Kobe's argument.
All I'm saying is Kobe is overrated. I'm not saying Kobe is trash. I'm saying don't bump Kobe up against Michael Jordan. Let's stop being ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Kobe.
Have you heard what MJ says about Kobe?
Kobe Bryant is not Michael Jordan.
Thank you.
Have you heard what MJ says about
Let
Kobe
the
even
GOAT,
before he died?
GOAT recognizes GOATs. GOAT recognizes GOATs. That's why.
No,
that's why MJ.
Can you answer my question now? What's the
I want
top
to.
5 shooting guards of all time better than Kobe and why?
You know, and I want to put Oscar Robertson over
Houston.
Kobe. I want to put Oscar Robertson over Kobe, even though Oscar was more like a point guard.
He was a point
but
guard.
let's just look at. So I'm trying to think of some names. I'm just trying to think of some
You
greats.
can't
Zach.
think of 5 better than
I'm
Kobe.
I want to put up a good argument, though. You know what I mean? I agree
get
with
it,
you.
but I'm saying you can't. Like
you said top 5 point guard. I said top 5 overall. So I went first.
understand
I mean,
that.
shooting
I'm
guard.
saying that's arguably. I agree with you too. But what I'm saying is, like, you can't. If you come in here, Freezy, and say Clyde Drexler was better than Kobe Bryant.
No, I'm not saying that.
Like, just to name top 5 shooting guards.
Clyde was a point guard. So Earl LaPearl, they looked up his numbers. Was it Earl you were looking up today, CP? Or
Earl LaPearl was a point guard also. He played the 2 for the Knicks, but he was a point guard for the Baltimore Bullets.
Okay, so I'm going way back. I'm going back to some of the greatest.
Right, and so I would take Oscar Robertson over Kobe Bryant.
He's a point guard. He's not a shooting guard.
Oscar Robertson. Okay.
He's a point guard, man.
He's a point
Yeah,
guard.
just threw that name out there.
And he's not better than Kobe Bryant, but that's fine.
Are y'all serious?
Well, the
Why?
problem
Why is
would
he
be
better?
is the era he competed in.
Well, and so the
How
thing
many titles
is,
does he have?
so Zach, you can't say because a dude had a lot of assists from the shooting guard position that he was a point guard. The dude was a playmaker at shooting guard. Right?
What was his career position? Look him up. Was it
shooting guard?
Shooting guard?
Yeah, he was a shooting guard. Man, he was probably
Is that what
a
it
power
says?
guard. He was
He was a point
depends,
guard.
It depends on what source you look at. But for me, but for me, I don't do the revisionist history. Look at multiple sources thing. Yeah, I go back by my experiences.
CP, look it up for me. I'm on my phone, or else I would.
I'm trying
Right.
to.
So is Allen Iverson better than Kobe?
No.
He's a point guard. Oscar Robertson is a point guard. He's not
you.
a shooting guard.
Don't entertain
according
this,
to
man.
Basketball Reference. According to Basketball Reference, not Uncle Freezy reference.
Not
which
Florence Teeter.
Which is fake. You know what I mean? And made up and storytelling.
No, Lawrence Tears ain't fake. Freezy's just.
Oh, you are.
Y'all gonna put some name.
Time out.
You gotta put some name on, some respect on
Put
my
some
man's
actual
platform.
shooting guard. Yeah,
He gonna hit that X button on you.
Right.
I wasn't disrespecting. I didn't call it channel fake. I'm just saying.
Nah, man.
Well, this is entertainment. This is entertainment value. This ain't like,
Freezy, I think he's trying to build his channel off your back, brother. Watch him. That lady from last night.
Right.
Like Rob's future wife.
No. Oh, wow. Nah, man.
Come on, serious shooting guards. What
So
shooting guards? Name 5.
Reggie Miller's up there. They were arguing. No. Zach, stop. I'm just trying to get to some good names.
I get that. I'm
just
just laughing. I don't know what else to say. Like Reggie.
Miller's way up there though in the list.
Jeff Hornacek.
See, I'm not gonna do that.
Nah,
Michael Redd.
So I would arguably give Mitch Richmond a solid nod there.
In a top 5 shooting guard?
No. We gotta put names out so we can.
No,
build
I understand that. I'm saying, like, are you saying like you're saying he could be arguably a top 5 shooting guard? That's what you're saying.
I'm just putting great names out. Let's see where we go from.
No, Mitch was great.
Michael Redd was great. Michael Redd was great.
No,
They were great scorers.
He was a nice shooter. He just didn't have any
Michael
help.
Redd was solid. He wasn't great. He was solid.
We'll have to put my man that wore the goggles for Detroit.
We're trying to help you, Freezy.
From
We're
Pennsylvania.
Trying to help you.
Who's my man from Pennsylvania that wore the goggles from Detroit?
No, goggles.
He played for Detroit?
Yeah, he won a championship with Detroit.
And during the Kobe era?
Mark Aguirre?
Rip Hamilton?
Rip Hamilton.
The mask, not the goggles.
The mask. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Rip Hamilton was nice.
I was like goggles.
Yeah. Hey, boss man, how you doing?
Good morning. How are y'all men doing this morning, man?
Morning.
When Jay Boogie stepped in the building, I go on mute.
You know why I stepped in the building. I'm on the road, but I'm listening to what y'all got going on. And y'all talk about them shooting guards, baby.
Yeah.
It's 2 guys that's better than Kobe, man.
Only 2.
It's 2 guys. That's it. And I'm gonna tell you who it is. It's Michael Jordan and David Thompson.
David Thompson is exactly who I was about to get to.
Okay.
No, David Thompson. David Thompson from North Carolina State University played for the Denver Nuggets. The dude had a 51-inch vertical.
Does that mean he was
dude
better?
legit had a
jump?
No. That just means instead of dunking on you face to face, he was dunking on you face to waistline.
He's putting this on your head, but does that mean he's better than Kobe Bryant? That has nothing to do with skill.
David Thompson. Now, and he had some issues in his career. So we talk about Kobe top to bottom. His resume does not match up to Kobe Bryant. He was a great player.
All-time shooting guards.
So
he's saying Kobe's not a top 5 all-time shooting guard.
That's okay. All right.
And he only played 7 seasons.
And who, David Thompson?
Yeah.
Man, he played in the ABA, dog. He played in the ABA. Come on, his credit.
Shouts out to Camden, New Jersey,
that's fine,
by the way.
But
so I got to salute Camden, New Jersey.
People.
Yeah, he played 1 year in the ABA. 1 year in the ABA and 6 and doing the merger change. In 7 seasons. I'm looking right. He only played till he was 29, and his last 3 seasons, he averaged 14 points, 15 points, and 12 points. Yeah.
Kobe-esque.
Okay. Kobe-esque.
Okay. All right. So for one, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If David Thompson played under Phil Jackson and with Shaquille O'Neal, David Thompson would have averaged 40
I
points.
can't.
What about
I can't
after that
with you,
era?
man. I can't with you, bro.
Dog.
He
I
can
can't,
jump.
man.
That makes him better.
I can't.
No.
I can't with this
No.
guy.
No. I think
CI just chilling.
Now,
Can't,
David
man.
Thompson
was
at
a
Louisville
scorer.
University was amazing. The kid at Louisville was amazing.
No, he went to North Carolina State.
He went to NC State. He's not the one from Camden?
No.
All right, I'm getting confused.
David Thompson played at North Carolina State. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan said he looked
Michael
up.
Jordan tell you who his idol is.
Right.
Tell you who his idol is, man. And the man changed the game. The man jumped so high that he's the one that invented dunking.
Okay.
Yeah, but jumping
I will
doesn't
okay.
equate to being a
I will
better
give
skilled
you
player.
I will give you David Thompson. You still couldn't name more than 2.
With an all-time reach
Then
job, they got
Kobe.
2
Then Kobe.
over Kobe.
So Breezy, you're weak.
Oh,
argument.
don't say that. His name's Uncle
gonna call him-
Freezy.
Freezy, I'm gonna call him Breezy because he breezes on by faxes. You know what I'm saying? He I know what you're doing. You're building up ratings. You're trying to get me you get the jersey out of me.
He's
like,
definitely got me mad before.
GI did. You know what I'm saying? I love you, but you're not gonna do this to me today. You're not gonna disrespect the Black Mamba, who I loved, even though I'm a Knicks fan. I love his demeanor, whatever, and he, you know, whatever. Put some respect on the guy's name.
I just have a hard time respecting dudes that create their own nickname. Kobe was like, "Call me Black Mamba." I don't respect.
Michael Jordan said, "Call me Black Jesus."
I don't right, and I don't respect that either.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I don't respect. I think when it comes to stuff like that, man, you gotta like.
But what's your real name, Uncle?
Yeah, you made your name Uncle Freezy.
You made
That's
up.
not your real
Come
name.
on, man. Are you cold? Are you that cold?
No, man.
Who gave you that name?
No, so y'all want me to
Oh no, that's right. I remember.
You want me to go back to story time? You want me to tell a story?
No, I remember.
No, I don't got that much time, man.
I remember. My apologies, Freezy. I forgot about the family.
Yeah. So my answer. I'm gonna tell a story anyway, just because.
Go ahead.
So my ancestors, my lineage, they come back from slavery in South Carolina, right? So they came over from Africa in the 1800s to the Thompson family farm in Fairfield County. In 1700s in Fairfield County, South Carolina, right? To a slave owner named Mr. Thompson, right? And Mr. Thompson was like, "Hey, listen, y'all part of the Thompson family." He was a slave owner, right? And listen. And the way I see it, a slave owner is a slave owner is a slave owner, right? But the way they told me is that Mr. Thompson protected all his slaves as if they were family. Like he didn't sell them off, you know what I'm saying, and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, in order to, he wanted to maintain his cotton farm, right? So my however greats it go back, Jim was a slave of Mr. Thompson, right? And so what happened was Jim kept running away, and they kept finding him and beating him. They're like, "Jim, listen, we don't want to beat you, man. We don't want to do this." And Jim was like, "Nah, man, I gotta be free. This is not," and he didn't say it in these terms, but this is not the life for a man. A man is not meant to be caged up, right? A man is not meant to be chained up, shackled up. So every opportunity I get, I'm running. I want to be free, period. Is the way the story was told to us over the years, right? So every opportunity he got, he was like, "Yo, man, I'm a little thirsty, man. I'm gonna go get me a sip of water." Pew! You know what I'm saying? He off trying to
went out to get cigarettes. Dash.
Yeah, he off going trying to run off the plantation. They kept bringing him back. So finally, emancipation comes, right? And they hear it late. They hear it later than everybody else, right? So emancipation has started happening all over the place. But by the time it got to the Thompson farm, it was kind of late. Government soldiers coming through doing, whatever. So our family, the Jim's family, part of them were like, I'm scared. I don't want to go out there into that new world. Who gonna protect us? You know what I'm saying? We got it good here. Master Thompson give us a hog, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. And we can work. This is our family. Our roots is here. Jim was like, nah, man, I'm gone. Right? I'm out of here. Right? And he was like, I want all of y'all to come with me. But if y'all stay, I might not ever see y'all again. Right? And so he left a wife and about 20 kids. Right? The wife was like, no, we ain't going out there to do such and such. So he left. He loved her, but he thought a man should be free. Right? And so he left, and on the road, like he was leaving to go start a new life. Right? And it takes a man of courage, and you have to have a certain level of fortitude to leave a family that doesn't want to go. They like, no, we're gonna stay on the Thompson farm and work for Master Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Master Thompson Street does good. You know what I'm saying? So Jim, he leaves, and the patrols that used to patrol the road at night, I don't know why they was patrolling the road, man, because it's freaky when you think about that. Why you got men on horses patrolling the road? What are you actually doing? Who's out? But anyway, so they stopped Jim, and he's like, Jim, where are you from? And Jim like, why are you stopping me on this road? I'm free. Right? They're like, where your paperwork? How you out here without no paperwork? And he like, I ain't got paper. I can't write. I can't read. And so they saying this, they was like, well, what's your last name? You from the Thompson plantation? Your last name Thompson? And when Jim thought about taking on his slave master last name, he's like, hell no. Jim was like, no, I'm free. I'm Jim Free. Right? And he moved on and started family in South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, South Georgia, all over the place. And so when you look in the South, you'll see people with the last name Free, not Freeman, because some slaves took on the last name Freeman because they wanted people to know that they were a free man, right? No, not Jim. Jim was like, no, I'm free, because Jim was free in spirit, right? And so what happened was, so you have these two sects of people. Like you see, I have cousins in them. Their last name is Thompson because they stayed on the Thompson plantation, right? And as the years going by, they maneuvered into other places, moved to these big cities, Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, all these places. We cousins, right? But their last name is Thompson, and our last name is Free, but we're the same blood. We just took on a different last name because of Jim. So Jim was like, he was telling people then, a man is not supposed to be chained up or owned, not physically or in spirit. Every opportunity he got to leave and to become to get away and to be that man that he aspired to be, he did that. Now, was he perfect? No, because he was a drunk, he was a womanizer, he did all kinds of. He was a gambler, he was a fist for all these different things. He was all of that stuff, but in his heart, he was free. That's all he wanted to do, was be free, right? So when you see Uncle Freezy on the joint, it's not because I think I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not because of somebody tagged that thing, but I represent for my lineage everywhere I go. So when I tell you the story about Jim Free, who was a slave, who all he wanted to do was be free, I wear that every day. My boys wear that. And they're going to pass that down to their seeds, their sons and stuff gonna know that. Like a man ain't supposed to be shackled down, chained up mentally or emotionally or physically. A man is supposed to be free. So that's why instead of coming up with some cute name like #1 Knicks fan, blah, 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 one, I'm repping for my lineage. You know what I'm saying? Because it means something to me, right? So CP the artist, you dragged that out of me. I didn't want to tell that story, but there it is.
Freezy, I meant no disrespect when I was talking. Like I forgot about the story, in the media. I remembered it, but salute to your family history and salute. I agree.
For
No
sure.
one should be.
for sure.
Zach,
For
I
sure.
just, you know, I
hold on.
didn't mean no disrespect.
I don't know
Hold
what
on,
this has to do
hold on.
with Kobe being a top 5 shooting guard, but you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that disrespect too, but
Zach
it's all right.
brought the white guilt like a mug, man.
No, not that. I just didn't want him to think
Oh,
white guilt. I mean, my son's
I'm joking.
African American, but
Oh, I'm just
okay.
joking, man. I'm just
man.
joking. I
I don't have
know
any guilt.
nobody.
I've never been a
I'm
bad
joking,
person
man.
like that. So
And there goes our
I'm
Black
joking.
History Month story. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You got it in 4 days.
yeah.
I just
before
try to
it's
be
over.
respectful
I
to
ain't
every
gonna lie,
culture.
man. I was trying to get Freezy with my points, and then he brought up that story. I was like, man, I guess the timing ain't right. The timing ain't right no more.
Still, after all that amazing family history, he can't name 5 shooting guards all time.
And so
better
that's
than
right. That's right. With that family history, you still can't name 5.
I love you, Uncle
better than Kobe.
Freezy, but you're not naming
love
5.
you. Yeah, love you. You know, love the hit. You know, we probably we're on the same ship somewhere, whatever. Don't want to get into that, but yeah, you still can't name 5 point guards and shooting guards better than Kobe. You can't.
So App Trader thinks I just made that up. Hey, shout out to App Trader for being a doubter and a reasonable hater. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of the top 5 shooting guards, man, I'm telling y'all, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Kobe is a bad shooting guard or not a great player. What I'm saying is this pedestal y'all put him on is ridiculously high, considering others have done similar stuff in their career, and you won't even acknowledge them.
That's all great, but you can't even name them.
But they didn't win, Freezy.
You said he's not a top 5 shooting guard. Name 5 better than him then.
And I said Kobe is a top 10 shooting guard.
Yeah, name 5 better than him. Name
the 9. Name the 9.
Now I got to name 9.
No, I said name 5, and
look.
you named 1, and Jay Boogie named 1 for you that you agreed with once he named it. So you got 3 more to name. Name 3 more that are better than Kobe in your opinion, Freezy, and why?
Hey, so how about we do this? How about I name them? But remember, better is subjective and opinionated.
Oh, okay.
Right. So when people say better,
just if I laugh, I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to cut you off if I laugh at your names. I'll try not to.
Hey, somebody look up what was George's position.
Gervin.
George Gervin was a 3.
He was a small
I think Gervin was a 2 man. That's what I think.
Look him up.
Yeah.
So you're trying to slide him in. Gervin was
Look
nice.
up CP.
No,
Gervin was nice. George Gervin was nice.
I'm not discounting that. I respect. I mean, he was great. I'm too young to actually watch him live, but he was a great basketball player. I seen film. I know about him.
Yeah, the Ice
Hey,
Man.
Gio and Zach, I do and will slide at the number 5 as the greatest shooting guards ever. I got to give Clay his spot.
Over Kobe?
No.
Oh, okay.
I said slide into that 5th spot.
Clay is up there.
Is the truth.
And I can't believe these injuries the last 2 years, man.
60
can't
points
believe
on
this
5
is
dribbles. The
happening to
dude
him,
was a
man.
great shooter, man.
Clay, and he played both ends of the floor.
Yes, indeed.
Underrated on defense.
Yeah.
Without
Reggie
Clay,
Miller. Reggie.
I said Reggie. I brought Reggie up.
Ray Allen's a name. Ray Allen's a name.
Ray Allen is the name.
But still, are any of those guys
Dwayne
better
Wade.
than Kobe?
We brought Dwayne Wade up.
It's one y'all missing, and I can't believe. I want to sit on this one and let it marinate because I'm so excited.
You can sit on it all you want. Hold on. You can sit on you want. You can squat on it. Anybody you name does not have 5 championships.
That's a team sport, though.
1, 2. Wait a minute. No. But none of those Laker championships are won without Kobe and Shaq. But even
they're
Shaq
not won without
you,
all 15 players. It's a team thing too.
So you take out. Time out. You see, this is what you do, Zach.
No, I'm saying you can't say that just one player wins championships. That's all I'm saying. You can't say just one.
Okay, time out. But it's that alpha male that takes you.
Well,
he was the best player of the championship. Him and Shaq were the best players.
No. It's like when I came here, I took this platform to another level. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you take me out of it. And it's like, hey,
You gotta
it's
be
a great
humble,
show.
bro.
It's a good
Come on
show.
now.
It's a good show. But with me, it's a great show. You see,
Really?
look, listen. An
Really?
alpha male, an apex
That
predator.
just sounds like
right?
arrogant, not alpha.
Alpha male, an apex predator, takes it to another level. When LeBron James goes to a team, he changes the directory of a team. They become
And needs
playoffs.
help to win championships.
Now, Zach, you're going back to you're defeating the Kobe thing. You're on my Kobe
I'm not
side.
defeating
I
the
don't know why
Kobe. I
whatever.
am on your
You
side.
are.
But when you speak facts, but when you're far wrong, I mean, you're wrong.
The problem is,
Okay.
Zach, is this: if you take Kobe off those teams, they don't win championships.
That's 100%
Thank
agreeable.
you.
But you can't say that, like,
Really?
you can't say that, like, for example, someone's like, I hate when someone says like, someone's better than another player in any sport just because they have more rings. Like, even bring that up. Like that's not true. Just because you
No,
have
but
rings,
in
you can be a better
context,
player.
in
In context, okay,
in
yeah.
context,
Hey, Gi, I'm gonna
he's
shut
better.
down this CP argument in a second. I'm just being patient. J Boogie, let's just be patient while CP talk in circles about Kobe, and then I'm gonna interject 2 points and get us back on track.
First of all,
I'm trying to figure out what year you talking about, Freezy, so I could come up with who you thinking about.
When I say his name, when I say his
Look,
name,
look.
like, yeah, I don't know how I didn't.
Whatever you say, the chat,
So
everybody
you want
gonna
me-
be like,
So
you
you're gonna
reach
bring
it.
up Frank
Do you
Ntilikina.
want me to say this name or no?
Frank Ntilikina.
You
Go
want me to
ahead, say his name. Say his name. He ain't better than
I'm
Kobe.
all for
Go
it.
ahead.
I'm down for it.
I'm gonna say this point right about what you just said, which will just put a pinhole in your balloon, right? Not pop it, but just deflate it all the way down. So for one to say,
I got the name.
So the name. Okay, so I'll do the name first, right? So the best shooting guard that we didn't mention is a dude named Pistol Pete, right?
Get the hell out of here.
Right?
Get the hell out of here.
So you think one-on-one he'd take Kobe Bryant?
He wasn't point guard.
Yes,
He
Pete was
done,
the point
man.
guard. Pete
No.
was the
I
point
am
guard.
done. I am done. He was just a dribbler. He couldn't
Hold on.
shoot.
Look at his position.
Yes.
Look at his position.
His
Look up
college
his
stats
position,
was
CP.
amazing. No,
Look
his
up his
college.
Say Pistol Pete couldn't shoot? What?
No, I take that back. His college stats were amazing. He did nothing in his NBA career.
Look up his
Pistol Pete
Absolutely
did
nothing in
nothing?
his NBA
See?
career.
This
Well, he
is
did
why
nothing
I
in-
disagree
How
with
many
you. Like,
championships? How many championships did he win?
oh, okay. So Robert Horry's a better player than Kobe Bryant then. How many championships Kobe got?
I knew you were
Exactly.
gonna say
Pistol
that.
Pete's a
I knew
great
you were gonna
basketball
say
player. You
that.
say he done nothing as a pro?
Pistol Pete.
Don't disrespect Pistol Pete like that. Why you
Come on,
say
dog.
that?
Come on, dog. Are
Why?
you really?
What's his
are you
position
really-
though, Freezy? You sure he ain't a point
Oh,
guard?
I'm
okay,
saying, like,
so-
why?
so-
I'm not saying
so
he's better than
what-
Kobe, but you got to give
what
his
source
respect.
you want me to
Pistol
get
Pete was a beast.
Basketball Reference. So should we get it from Basketball Reference?
Go ahead.
So Basketball Reference lists Pistol Pete as a shooting guard only, not shooting guard and point guard, right? As a
He's
shooting
in the
guard
top
only.
5. He's in the top 5.
Right. And to CP to R's point about the Lakers, can't do it without Kobe. If those that were alive and watched those Lakers championship remembers this nickname, Big Shot Bob. If it wasn't for the contributions of the total team, those Lakers would not have won championships. Even with Shaquille O'Neal averaging 38 points a game in the finals, no player has ever averaged 38 points per game in the finals as many times as Shaq did it. Right?
So-
18 rebounds in the finals, man. Come on. You
So
got to
the
give
problem-
Shaq his flowers.
But the problem is, I didn't say he wouldn't have did it without Shaq either. Kobe definitely wouldn't have did it without other players. But there's 2 or 3 players on every team that lead to a championship. If you take one of those 2 or 3 players out, you're not winning.
There's not
So
a
that's
single
what
player that
makes
wins
them-
by themselves.
I didn't nobody. Who
No, that's
said
why I'm
that?
agreeing with you. I'm agreeing
Oh,
with you.
okay.
G.I.
Oh, okay.
I'm agreeing
Okay.
with you.
I'm sorry. I want to make sure I understand.
No, and
So once we
but-
agree, I know it's hard to believe, G.I. But we
No,
agree.
I didn't understand. But here's the argument to strengthen CP's argument. Remember, you got to play the whole season. And Uncle Freezy, we used the same argument for Starks when Kevin W. blamed Starks for us losing the championship because no one player loses a championship either.
Kevin W is bugging.
I know, but I got to use the same argument we used. We wouldn't be there without. We wouldn't even be at Game 7 without Starks. So Robert Horry is not the reason they made it to Game 7. He wasn't. He got him. He was on a team that put him in the position to take a shot
to knock down those game winners.
But he's not the guy that they relied on all season that players scheme for. He's the guy that, just like Kerr,
And
Steve
Paxson.
Kerr hit many of his shots.
But that's the point I was getting at. The point I'm getting at is instead of saying, my guy is, did it all by himself, was a one-man wrecking crew, give everybody their credit, man, please. Stop saying Kobe's 5 championships is Kobe Bryant by himself, please. Can we stop doing that?
But see, like, you lose credibility when you say Pistol Pete did nothing in the NBA. Like, what?
Man, Pistol Pete.
I don't speak that nonsense.
And
that's
according
nonsense,
to,
by the way, good pull, Freezy. Good pull.
According to
that was horrible.
According to Basketball Reference, Pete Maravich is a shooting guard only, right? Not shooting guard and point guard. Shooting guard only.
Notice I didn't say he was a point guard.
Time out. How was Pistol Pete's defense? Because Kobe was not only a great scorer, he was a great lockdown defender. Kobe,
but you just said
I'll let y'all talk.
No. So
it was different rules. It was different
rules. All
rules.
credibility when you say stuff like that.
Right, and the thing is not Pistol Pete versus Kobe. You said introduce a top 5. So everybody you introduce into the top 5 can't be that person versus Kobe. You said no.
Well, I did fairness. I did ask name 5 better than Kobe since you said he wasn't top 5.
Okay.
So what position was Merle?
Only on this platform.
What was that, Jay Boogie?
In the world would anybody say Pistol Pete is on the Mount Rushmore of NBA greats? Everybody with a logical mind will put Kobe Bryant in the Mount Rushmore.
Whoa!
Greatness.
Mount Rushmore. That's top.
Yes,
that's top 4.
5.
Yeah, I'll put him any day.
4.
I'll put him any day over LeBron James. Now
you are high.
That's a person.
You are high.
Whatever.
You are high. He is nowhere near the all-around basketball player that LeBron James is. Nowhere near.
What?
What?
I mean, LeBron is still trying to chase him in championships.
How?
Not the other way around.
Championships.
Let's get that right.
Go again.
Let's get that right. Because
he's still trying to chase Robert Horry. So
first of all, okay.
He's a better all-around basketball player than Kobe Bryant.
Okay, coach. Hold on, coach.
Yeah, I have a coach. I actually have an IQ when it comes to this. He is a better all-around basketball player than Kobe Bryant.
So Sam Jones was
great.
Sam Jones was a great, and he has more rings than Kobe. So should we bump him up?
Your logic.
Wait.
Sam Jones
Listen
was
to
great.
my argument. Listen to my argument.
He's not on Mount Rushmore.
Listen to my argument. You have average teams, okay? And then you have great players that go on average teams. Put them in the threshold of championship caliber. And Kobe was that championship caliber player that you put anywhere. You put him on the Knicks. We're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. You put him anywhere on God's green earth, he triples his worth. That's
funny because he bounced out the first round every single time after Shaq left until he got more All-Stars around him.
So CP,
he's not carrying nobody like LeBron did.
He won 2 championships without Shaq.
Yeah, with Pau Gasol, Metta World Peace, Andrew Bynum, Lamar.
What did they win without him? What did he win without them?
Nothing. Nothing. What did he win without them? What did he win without them? Nothing. LeBron took Larry Hughes to the finals and Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
And they lost. They
got it there. Kobe would have never took that team. Never.
And they lost.
He would have never took that team. He was a bucket getter when he was on bad teams. He didn't carry bad teams to championships.
How are you changing your argument? How are you changing your argument?
Makes sense. I talk about what's facts.
What y'all arguing about don't make sense. And then when y'all saying it louder doesn't make it more informative. What I would say to somebody who is a Kobe detractor is this, right? Phil Jackson won 6 championships with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen using a proven formula. Like he legit refined the formula in 90, knew that they were missing something, In 91, they improved it. They went on to win 3 straight. Jordan retired, came back, they won 3 straight. Phil Jackson took that formula to the Lakers. He put Kobe and Shaq in it, and they won 3 straight championships. Right?
He had the right players too, Freeze.
Right. But what I'm saying is, that's a part of the formula. Is what I'm saying.
His formula was perfect for all-time greats.
Yeah. You had a ball moving system, right? Where you can't double team a guy because his floor is spread so far apart that if you double team, the guy double teaming has to cover so much ground. By the time he gets there, another guy is wide open on the floor, right? But it calls for you to be a super smart, high IQ player in order to be in that. So some elite athletes couldn't play in the triangle because their basketball IQ and their willingness to share the basketball was not high enough, right? So you put Kobe Bryant in that system and Kobe wins 5 championships, right? So somebody could easily say, yo, listen, and what if you took Kobe out of that thing and put Vince Carter in there? Would Vince Carter have won 5 championships, or would Kobe Bryant have won 5 championships in Toronto?
No.
Right. So you can make the argument either way. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is, while we say Kobe is an all-time great, I'm not knocking Kobe's all-time greatness. What I'm saying is, to put Kobe on a shooting guard plateau by himself and diminish the talents and accomplishments of your Pistol Petes, of your David Thompsons, of your Dwayne Wades, or your Allen Iversons. To me, it's disrespectful for those that accomplish stuff in the NBA.
Freeze, the only reason I said I got so loud was because when you went without Phil Jackson,
because CP wouldn't let you talk. That's
Kobe.
why.
No, I got loud because he said Kobe could carry teams to the Eastern Conference or Western Conference Finals by himself when he never got out of the first round without Pau Gasol, Shaq, Andrew Bynum, or any of those guys around him. He needed more help.
Right.
And that's not a knock against Kobe because everybody needs help to win a championship. You have to have a great team to win a championship with great players on it.
Difference makers.
I just wanted to say one thing.
Makers. Go ahead.
Salute to everybody on the chat. I've been following y'all for a minute. Freeze, you know what's up. AP Trade in the house. Peace, GI, J Boogie, Coach Zach, and CP the artist. What's up? What's up? Virtual chat.
Salute, man.
I think when it comes to basketball, we got to break it up as far as generational. You see, we can't put because y'all going back 30 and 40 years back to the ABA. If we keep it in the time zone, you go by who was the top players from 2000, 2010. Or the era of Jordan, then you could point out, like when Kobe was running the show, it wasn't the beginning of his career, right? But you noticed it when it became to the point when he was doing the Knicks, that Spreewell in Houston, you said, okay, Kobe had something, right? Just like with San Antonio. You can't look at Tim Duncan and say he's the best because his first years he was playing with Robinson.
Right.
And they had a team already. He got drafted. San Antonio got lucky with Tim Duncan. Okay. Then you also missing out players like Gary Payton, Sean Kemp. And that's what Freezy's talking about. You can't forget those guys because those guys, Karl Malone, Drexler, Dominique, these are the players that looked up to those players that just saying, oh, they're better now. Where do they get their game from? That's like comparing Deion Sanders to the new cornerback or the receiver right now.
Right.
Or Mike Tyson to Wilder. You can't do any of that. We have to respect everybody's era and their time that they held it down. And then you go by the competition that they were playing against. That's how I look at it.
Completely agree with you there, but I'm not saying I'm underrating everybody. I'm sitting here at the same time saying Pistol Pete was a beast, saying George Gervin was a beast.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, Kobe is a top 5. My argument is Kobe is a top 5 shooting guard of all time. I never said he was on Mount Rushmore. Never said he was the best of all time. All I'm saying is he's a top 5 shooting guard of all time. And I didn't know anybody in this world thought otherwise.
I don't know because I all right. So I like to compare things to rap, right? So there was this rapper back in the day, right, named Big Daddy Kane. right? He came out in a golden era of rap. Like during that era, I think Rakim and Coogee Rap were probably my favorite, but I liked Kane also, right?
It's never.
So Kane used to rip dudes in his era, right? But Kane looked down, looked over the horizon, and was like, "Yo, I might need to switch it up some in order for me to get this, get this bread and such, right?" So Kane switched it up and lost me. Like right now, even to this day, we talking about like 30 something years later, I'm still mad at Big Daddy Kane because
But Freezy, you know why though?
I don't even know who that is.
Freezy, because he was a 5%er, right? So you knew hip hop was changing in that time with the guard bodies and going back to the late 80s and the early 90s. So think about it. Coogee Rap was gangster rap. People want to say NWA, but Coogee, I'm from Queens. I'm from that area where G Rap is from. Kenny Anderson is from. I'm from that side of Queens. I'm not that far from Queensbridge. I'm not that far from Left Rack City. Okay, so that Coogee Rap was a real gangster.
Right.
So you have to understand these rappers were living their lives. It's not like now. You know what I'm saying? Rap was news. Like we found out what was going on in Cali from NWA.
Right.
We found out what was going. That's what hip hop was. That's what rap was. It wasn't what it is now. It was to let us know what them brothers or what them people was going on in their community with the law, economy, things in that area. How was it in the streets? Because we didn't know. We didn't have no internet. That was the first internet.
Right. And then the part of the reason why we didn't know is because our family members were not good communicators, right? And we can say yes they were and blah blah blah, but no, we weren't good communicators. Like if something was going on in Detroit and you lived in Jersey City, you wouldn't know what was going on in Detroit unless it was on the news. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was on the news or unless you heard it in your music. Right.
Exactly.
And so Marvin Gaye was like telling us what was going on where he was, you know what I'm saying? He had a song was going on, as a matter of fact, no pun intended. But what I'm saying is so we weren't necessarily, good communicators like our families were not necessarily good communicators of stuff on a national level. Stuff that happened in your hood, definitely, right? They But what I'm saying, the reason why I use Big Daddy Kane is because when I saw him in a certain era, I looked at him in a certain light, right? Like this dude is the man, right? But then in a different era, like when the era started changing and he started changing with it, I was like, you know what? I don't know if I like this version of Kane. And I think that's what we see when we look back retrospectively, like when we look back on these guys during their era, they were great and they dominated. But because they look different in a different era, doesn't mean their accomplishments should be diminished.
Let me simplify.
There's a difference.
Can I simplify? Can I simplify this?
You can try.
Simplify this. I'm not having enough of you, Zach. If we're playing a pickup game. And you have a choice between Kobe Bryant and Pistol Pete to win your game. Who are you picking?
Kobe Bryant.
All right, that's all I gotta say.
But
that's all I gotta say.
That doesn't
that's
change the fact that you say that Pistol Pete didn't do shit in the NBA.
No, because here's my point. Here's my point about that person bringing a mediocre team, an average team, to winning. You pick Kobe Bryant because he was most likely the guy that was going to help you win. And that's all that matters in this argument.
But that's a pickup game.
Points,
you were saying championships. He doesn't take mediocre teams to championships.
First of all, it's the point of sports. Sports is a mediocrity. It's a metric-based thing. Winning championships and having players that's going to put that you put on your team. It's like the Knicks right now. We are Knicks fans, but we don't have that guy. That guy that changes the temperature of the room when he walks onto the court. Julius Randle's trying to be that guy, but he needs help. We need that guy. Kobe was that guy. You put him on Detroit, they're winning a championship. You put him in Philly, they're winning a championship. I'm talking about during his era with Allen Iverson and that team. Whatever.
So you put him on a team with help, they're winning a championship, is what you're saying.
Time
a
out.
good team.
But he's the X factor, is what I'm saying. The X factor. You don't put Allen Houston on the Lakers and they're winning a championship. No, because Allen Houston never was the type of player that Kobe was, because he played defense greatly and he played offense greatly. He was all-time that beast, that guy. Put some respect on dudes that were that guy. Zach, you were never that freaking guy.
And neither were you.
You were hated. I was that guy. I am that guy.
You were Kobe Bryant?
Oh
my God.
In the art world, I am. Check my resume.
I swear I had a scholarship till my knee
Check
got
my
broke.
resume.
I was Kobe Bryant. You were never Kobe.
Everybody go to CP the artist, Instagram, whatever. Check who I am.
Your Instagram says you're Kobe.
Check who I am. Check who I am.
You were never Kobe.
Sounds like y'all need the best two out of three.
You were never Kobe Bryant.
I like it.
Let the chat debate it.
Look.
Let the chat debate whether CP is Kobe Bryant.
No, I'm not saying basketball. Not in basketball. I'm talking about artwork. In artwork.
Hey,
I thought you meant basketball. My mistake.
No, hell no.
So how do you know I'm not that in anything in my life?
Steve Jobs, when he went to Apple, he left and came back. He changed. He brought them, up. There's people in life that take mediocrity, and bring up teams better. That's why I gotta respect LeBron James, because everywhere he went, he won. Kawhi Leonard, where he went, he won. It's those guys that you put them anywhere. If you put Pistol Pete on the Knicks, back in his day, I'm not sure who he would have been playing with. We probably would have won a couple of games. But would he brought them into the threshold? That's what I'm talking about.
Correct me if I'm
those
wrong.
Guys.
But didn't Pistol Pete play in the era of Clyde and Earl of Pearl and Willis Reed, Dave DeBuscher? Didn't he play in that era?
Okay, he played in that era, but did he win?
If you put Pistol Pete on
anything?
that era? But you're saying put him on the Knicks, they might have won some games, but that they would have won championships.
Just real quick. So my man Legion of the Knicks podcast just went live. So I'm gonna end it right here so we can support the fam. So what I'm gonna ask is the chat that's here, support Legion of the Knicks fam, Legion of the Knicks podcast. The NBK fam, we try to support each other. The conversation is definitely dope. But I want to remember. So CP. So first of all, we ain't never making this personal, dog.
Yeah, don't come with me. You don't know me in my personal life.
I'm passionate. I'm just passionate.
No, you don't. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm good at.
So we should support. So for those that appreciate art, we should look to support CP the artist. Because I saw some dope stuff he did like 4 years ago.
Hold on, time. I apologize,
No, don't do the soft recant. You were talking with your chest off the screen 5 minutes ago.
No, you sound like a hater. I don't like haters.
You're acting like a tough guy puffing your chest off a phone 5 minutes ago. Let Frizzy end it.
Hey, let me do this. Let me throw it to my man Jay Boogie so he can get some words in, because we legit didn't even let my man get into his bag. So. Hey, so Jay Boogie, if you got something, man, I want you to go ahead and rock.
I apologize, Jay Boogie.
Yeah, you good, man. You good, man. Men can, saying counter to whatever's going on. You know what I'm saying? You good. My thing is this, don't jump out of character about that game last night too much. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to kill a bum. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to kill teams that we're supposed to win. It's a lot of games we lost that we should have won. Maybe last night was a stepping stone that they learned from the past games that, that they lost, they should have won. We got up and coming games, you know what I'm saying, starting, you know, with the Indiana Pacers. That's the type of game that's on the caliber of the new schedule that's just came out. These are the type of games that we're going to have to play and win. Teams that, you know what I'm saying, that we're in competition with. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Those are the games that we're going to have to win. And those are the games that we're going to have to, you know what I'm saying, move forward to, you know what I'm saying? So I look for this game against Indiana is to be played like a playoff game, you know what I'm saying? It was good for Nathan Franks to be back on the floor last night. It was good to see, you know what I'm saying, D-Rose do what he did with that starting five, because the over and over won't just in Vegas. The over and under was in that game, because when you went over, Derrick Rose went under. When you went under, Derrick Rose went over. He counter-react. And one thing I can say, quickly acknowledged that and came right in and followed the same suit. You went over, he went under. You went under, he went over. You know what I'm saying? So they counter-reacted to one another. And with Rose in that starting lineup, I hate to say it, it might be hard for old boy to get that spot back, because trust and believe, he do love Derrick Rose more than he loves EP. And he loves having an excuse to have, you know what I'm saying, for not to make a change. Last night was an excuse for Tom Thibodeau to have not to be able to change their offense. I'm not going to say too much more, because I know Breezy got some things he want to say, but I hope and pray you called and checked Hoodie Kev from last night, because he worked hard last night. I watched that episode, and oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? Check on him, make sure he good. I know he's thinking about the rematch with Quiz. You know what I'm saying? That took a lot out of him, man. But shout out to all y'all, man. Love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay healthy, stay safe. Take care of your family, your loved ones. Wash your knobs, you know what I'm saying? Wash your hands after you touch knobs and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? And help do something to lead another kid in a direction that he might be confused about. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to bring along our kids, man. Much love, and I'm gonna go see about Legion too.
Right. No doubt. I'm gonna jump on. Over there. Hey, Free Keith just jumped in. Hey, Free Keith, we about to end it right here, and go jump on with Legion J Boogie. Thanks for those words, bro. Hey, stay up and keep saying that positive stuff, because it is open. It is open that hear a lot of stuff. All of it ain't positive, right? So keep doing your thing, man. Keep putting them words out there in the universe, man, so that we can put these positive words in people's ears and all that stuff, man. Hey, so chat, I'm gonna end it here to go support my guy. And I want everybody to be safe. Have a good weekend, man, and we'll holler at y'all tonight. Peace.
And my number in the chat.
Okay. Let me do this real quick. Before
you get mine, J Boogie.
I got yours, baby. Locked in.
Let me do this real quick. I want to make sure that we be super straight. All right, I got you, dog. I got you. All right, bro. I'll see you over at Legion.